Family owned and operated, proudly serving Shelby and the surrounding area with the finest in heating and cooling for your home or business. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, and right now they have an exclusive spring special on Carrier, Goodman, and Mitsubishi systems. Get exclusive Shelby Heating and Air discounts of up to $750. Yes, discounts on quality heating and cooling systems of up to $750. Online at shelbyheating.com, see their page at whatsupshopper.com, and like them on Facebook too. Located at 1990 Eves Road in Shelby. On May 17th, vote Alan Fraley for Gaston County Clerk of Court in the Republican primary. For the past 18 years, Alan has been serving you as a Gaston County Commissioner and is now running for Clerk of Court. Alan wants to thank you for your past support, and he will continue to help and serve the people if elected Clerk of Court. He plans to bring efficiency and accountability to the office of Clerk of Court, not business as usual. Alan has been a longtime conservative Christian Republican and will bring those principles along with him as your Clerk of Court. Mark your ballot for Alan Fraley on May 17th for Gaston County's Clerk of Court. This announcement paid for by Fraley for Clerk of Court campaign. It's party time, anytime. With the help of Southern Equipment Rentals in Shelby, they now rent bouncy houses. It's the best deal you can get. Rent one of their bouncy houses Friday through Monday, and you pay for only just 1 day's rental. Plus, they have snow cone machines and cotton candy machines for rental too. And delivery and setup is available. Give them a call at 704-406-9292 or drop by. They're located at 1740 Boston Road, Highway 18 North in Shelby. Online at serentals.co. Like them on Facebook too.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Dream away on your new mattress from Carolina Furniture Mart in Lincoln. Come check out the big Kingsdown Gallery. 38 beds on display. All sizes, including many king-size sets. Check out the popular adjustable beds on display too. See the largest selection of mattresses in this area at Carolina Furniture Mart, 644 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Online at carolinafurnituремart.com. When it comes to reliable residential and commercial heating and air conditioning service, call the Rye Guys at Rye Heating and Air in Lincoln. Locally family owned and operated with a team of friendly, skilled, and experienced professionals. And right now, get a free air purifier with the purchase of any new installation. And make no payment and pay no interest for 18 months on qualifying equipment from Rye Heating and Air, 3032 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. Online at ryeheatingandair.com. Every time you turn around, Hojo Power Sports and Equipment in Shelby are adding a new line of power equipment and just arrived world-long zero-turn mowers. Come check them out today and see the line of Cub Cadet zero-turn mowers, including the Cub Cadet zero-turn mower with a steering wheel. And check out the new line of DeWalt 20 and 60-volt battery power tools. Hojo Power Sports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street in Shelby, off South Lafayette Street. Online at hojopower.net. Like them on Facebook too.
chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
More Sports Talk with Kevin, Zach, Tom, and Terry. I gotta say, it was rather hot this coming week. So, Tom, why don't you tell people how we cool down nowadays?
Well, we cool down Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877 for your heating and air needs. Check out their website, shelbyheating.com. They have specials advertised if you need service, a new system. Just need to get your system clean before you turn it on this year. Call Shelby Heating and Air. Once again, it's 704-487-7877 or shelbyheating.com.
Tom, you could have used some Shelby Heating and Air at your ball game last night.
Yeah. Probably could have. Got a little warm in the afternoon, a little cool in the evening. I think I got a little bit too much sun there. Like it was overcast, Terry, then the sun came out. You know how it is. You don't think you can get burned at 5 o'clock. You can.
You can. Blood pressure goes up and down while you.
Yeah. I want to say that Will Blackwell, I believe his name, threw a no-hitter last night for the Lincoln Wolves. Can't remember the last time I saw a no-hitter, Terry, but 2-0 Lincoln over West Lincoln. Good ball game. Both teams played, good old rivalry game. Lots of people up on the. They bring their lawn chairs to Lincoln, don't they? They bring their lawn chairs and they sit on the banks, and then Tony Dellinger's there cooking bologna sandwiches, and you got the smell of hot dogs and bologna in the air. It was a really great atmosphere for baseball, so that was fun last night.
Well, good, Tom. I'm glad you're the only person I know that enjoys people yelling at you every other night.
Actually, I would say they were very, very well behaved. Yeah. I don't know what I guess because it was a good ball game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was a good ball game, and both teams are playing pretty well, and it was only an hour and 35 minutes. See, but when somebody throws a no-hitter, the game doesn't last that long. So, I mean, it was...
Well, that's the second and third place teams in the conference that you had last night, so...
Yeah, and they said Bandy's is leading that conference.
And then Lincoln in second and West Lincoln third.
With the gas prices, I don't get sent that far, so I haven't seen them. Usually I'll see Bandy somewhere. Bandy's had a game with Burns. Burns beat Bandy's on, I want to say, Thursday. And congratulations to Alex Lenhart and the Burns Bulldogs for conference champions. They won the conference championship last night. They defeated Shelby. They swept Shelby this week. So Alex Lenhart and his guys, congratulations, Burns. I guess we'll await our seed, see what that seed's going to be. Some teams are finishing up this week, Terry, and then some teams finish up next week.
Well, a lot of them have their little tournaments that they'll play in.
Yes, some kind of
conference
week tournament. So congratulations to them for winning conference. Only one conference loss to East Gaston. So East Gaston, they're going to have a pretty good little playoff run, too. And Shelby's going to be back in the playoffs. Cherryville did pretty well in that conference as well. So our local team's moving on to the playoffs pretty soon. We'll see how that shakes out next Saturday.
Well, good morning, everybody. JP, what'd you get for breakfast this morning from Mitchum's Kitchen up in Vail? I actually had lunch from there, Terry, Tuesday. Me and actually the office did.
There you go.
Had to take a lawnmower up to West End Sales, one of our sports sponsors here on KTC Broadcasting, and have them do a little work. And we swung around and picked up some Mitchum's Kitchen and come on back. Andre got fish. I had a burger. Mason had the chicken. Kids had hot dogs. So we got a little bit of every meat you about that they had.
Well, me and Tom are not too far away from there. You could have did a little drive-by.
Tom is way far away from there.
And Zach could easily met you somewhere.
That's right. Well, Zach was working too on Tuesday. He was. I'm sure he was well fed.
Yeah.
Working for the Lord this week.
I felt what I did.
I do not blame you. We all need more of that. Yeah.
I think I went home and had grits.
That's right.
For lunch.
There you
go.
Grits. You remind me of a guy that I was doing ball with the other night, and he was out there. Matter of fact, Travis Farmer, good friend of mine, but he was doing first base, and he says, we got to get this game over, Terry. I have not ate today. And I said, well, what you going to have? And he looks over, and don't mean this in a bad way, he looks over at his wife, and he said, I guess I'll have grits. And
Grits grits for lunch though. I don't do grits for lunch. I do grits for breakfast.
I
Zach.
like grits, period.
Nobody does grits for lunch.
I had before actually.
People in Charleston, don't they do the shrimp and grits in Charleston?
Yeah.
Isn't that a Charleston special?
Yeah.
I
My
guess
wife
you could eat
loves
it.
I've never had that
If-
before.
Oh, she loves
I've heard people rave about
Well,
it.
you're not an aristocrat, Zach. You're a Western North Carolina person. That means you're just
she's
you're
she's
a
more high
bumpkin.
up than you are. She loves the shrimp and grits. Loves them. If we go somewhere and they have them, that'd be one of the options for her. Zach, what'd you have this morning?
I had
Terry and everybody.
bologna,
Yep.
egg and cheese.
I had a good thing today.
Mm-hmm.
When I called it in, I had Tom. He wants a bologna
and
cheese on a bun.
Mustard mayonnaise.
Yeah. And then Zach, he wants to add an egg to his.
Mhm.
Same stuff. But then I wanted to add liver mush to mine. So they had 3 types of different bologna.
Holy
with
heart
different
attack,
things.
man! What just happened?
Hey, at least he didn't eat the whole time.
It must
time
be-
of it. He didn't have the whole plate.
It must be a Lincoln thing too, because at the ball game last night, you could buy a hot dog, a bologna sandwich, or liver mush.
See?
They sold liver mush at the ball game.
That might be a little tempered down from the Northbrook tornado that
I'm
they
just
do up
trying.
there.
I'm just trying to picture Terry sitting there, thinking about, "Ooh, that sounds good. Ooh, that sounds good." I mean, I would even better about this.
Let's combine them.
Throw a piece of liver mush on there.
Well, I'm gonna get mine here in a few minutes. I run a little behind this morning. I have children's baseball all this week. Help coaching. I am coaching my sons, and then helping my daughter as well. They're doing well. Both had games last night, so good job.
They're on
to them.
different teams now.
Yeah, she's in coach pitch. He's in kid pitch right
okay.
now. So they're a little bit different teams and atmospheres right now. Although they're both. We won one game this week. We're 1-2. The girl.
You have 3 games this week
boys-
between the two of them.
No, the boys were 1-2. The girls, the girls were 0-3.
3 games, 6 games.
The
That's a long
coach. I'm going to say this. We only have 2 teams in the kid pitch, and we tried them out and split them up pretty evenly. The coach pitches were not split up evenly, so we basically played an all-star team last night, and we have most of the kids that haven't played, and the little girls. Our infield's 3 little girls. The shortstop Terry has a cannon, and she is good. My daughter plays second, and so we've talked about this in the past and throughout our league as well. And you know, one thing about this age group and the parents complain about, and that I do as a coach and as well as the kid pitch. We wish we could do something to get less strikeouts, more hitting involved. And if every kid strikes out and then no kid catches the ball in the infield during the game, then when they get to 9 and 10-year-olds where I'm coaching, when half my team hasn't played before, and then the other half's never actually thrown a ball or actually hit the ball, because it's hard to hit coach pitching from 40 feet away from a 6-foot person with a rainbow, and you're this tall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that going on. Is like, how do we get the kids to hit? They're not having fun. They're striking out. They come up here and I watch my kid for an hour and a half. He comes out here, strikes out, kicks the dirt.
Well, let me throw something at you. I've had people, and this has been in the last 2 weeks, and they've questioned the same scenario, and they've even thrown stuff out there. And I find it hard that we would have to do this. But even when you're in coach pitch, and I'm throwing, if you strike out, then I bring a tee out there for you to hit
I've
off
seen
of.
that. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way they do hit it. But how often do you do? What if your elite, your oldest kids strike out? I mean, is that benefiting them?
Honestly, I've been
for them to hit off a tee?
I've been doing coach pitch for how many years? I've never seen a single person or team do that.
You know, but
I've never seen a single person or team. I've never seen anyone other than strike out and go back. Honestly, Terry, I didn't know that you
I've seen
could.
it.
no, you can't.
And the-
You
and the-
can't. That's
Okay.
what they're wanting to
no.
apply.
in Charlotte, I've seen.
This is
Yeah.
this is my solution. And Zach played in the same league when I played growing up. We did coach pitch, but a couple of things. The coach was allowed to stand wherever he wanted to. That's the number one thing that I would want, because the reason for them playing coach pitch is to learn how to hit, right? I don't care where he's throwing from. And then the reason for the defenders are out there to learn how to catch the ball. the last thing that I want in coach pitch is the kid striking out, and I'm sure everyone else does too, right? We don't. None of us wants to be there. Hey, you're out. I'm sure the umpires don't. The umpires usually be like, "Hey, you're out. That's 3. Go sit down." Not like, you're out of here. You know, it ain't silly or anything. But again, when me and Zach played, and I don't know, Zach, who was your coach when in coaches? Mine was Glenn Burgess. I don't remember if you remember.
I played for the Dodgers, and I had a guy that was a professional baseball player. That was my coach, but I can't remember what his name was.
Okay.
He was a really nice guy.
Well, Glenn coached up here forever, and Terry, it's not like he stood as close as he could on everybody. Like when I batted, and Justin McLemore batted, and Chase Burgess batted, and Patrick Kaiser batted, he stood back because we would knock his teeth
hit it
out.
back, hit back at him.
He would throw strikes. Our team at that age, Terry, could, honest to goodness, if you hit a ground ball to our shortstop, second baseman, or third baseman, we were turning a double play in coach pitch. How many? When's the last time you saw a shortstop or third? Just if they hit it to anybody and we stopped it, we were rolling it.
Could I tell you something?
What?
I've seen 3 triple plays this year already.
Golly,
I have in games that I've been doing 3 triple plays.
We had we talked about this before. We were outside playing
real
together.
Quick, the point I was saying about Glenn is that so if we had 11 batters, there might have been 2 or 3 that he moved up real close on. We still struck out back then. We never went to a tee, but I remember striking out. I used to get mad. You used to get mad if you struck. I struck out a couple of times, and you get mad at yourself and go sit down. Especially the good hitters would. But I just remember we had 4 or 5, and most teams do. They could crush the ball. We had the infield, but all of our outfielders at least hit the ball somewhere, and then got thrown out by the pitcher or someone else because the pitcher was allowed to be able to throw a strike, and it's hard. I don't know when's the last time you've actually thrown from there, Terry. It is just extreme. And people, so our team begged me to go out there and pitch. And I'm like, okay, let me explain something to you guys. When I pitched, I threw 3/4 sidearm. I threw 3 different angles, and it was all moving. And I have to throw at full speed and snapping. I can't throw a straight baseball for a strike to anybody. It might be Zaxton. I don't know if I can throw it.
It's not easy.
I don't know if I can throw it straight like that. Honestly, I'm used to in shortstop 3/4 snapping it across the infield. At no point have I been like, darting it over there. So that's kind of hard. The arm angle thing is weird to me as well. Even if because in no other age, like so 9-year-olds, my son can go out there and throw sidearm, but the coach can't. In the 8-year-olds. So again, there's a few things that I think could adjust because I believe the number one priority should be the kids hitting the baseball and the kids catching the baseball. I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses. I don't care where the coach throws it from. I don't care about any of that in the coach pitch arena because and then that you don't have to worry about somebody coming out hitting. They've already hit off tees. I don't like the tees, period. Did you ever hit off tee?
Never.
I never hit off tee. Honestly, goodness, Terry, I don't think I hit off a tee for any type of practice in my life until 14, 15. Never. I coach pitch from 5 years old to 8 years old. And then it was, in 9 years old, you play with 12-year-olds. Now, and when 9-year-olds played with 12-year-olds, you struck out every time because Ralph Roberts throwing smoke back then. Yeah. But the 10-year-olds, the good 10-year-olds could hit the 12-year-olds. 11 and 12s could play. And that's where we went. So just in my experience alone and playing, coaching, and all of it, I think the coaches pretty much should be able to stand where they want as far as pitching wise. And I would have no problem anybody doing that. So I don't know.
Well, I have a lot of things because I have people question that, and then I have other people who say, okay, you got 2 years of wee ball, 2 years of t-ball or sweeties, and then you go to coach pitch. So they kind of look at me and going, what was the parent doing? How come they wasn't teaching their kid if this is the first year they've ever played coach pitch, which I know some kids start later. I mean, I'm just throwing the other side of it. Then people go, that's not our fault. Our kids have been swinging off a coach pitch, and all of a sudden this kid decides to play.
Awful nice to be jerks.
Also,
I mean, that's how other people look at it.
Awful nice to be jerks about that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just telling you because I hear both sides,
But okay, again, Terry, here's my example real quick. I have worked with my kid at every chance I can, and kids, both of them. All right, he has played every age of baseball. He's played t-ball. He's played coach pitch. This is his second year of coach pitch. 2 years of coach pitch. He's did all that, right? he gets on the mound, and none of my kids, well, this is a little bit slightly different conversation, but him as well as none of the other ones can get it to the plate from that far. He's struggling to hit the ball a little bit. So whoever just said that, come tell my face that I have not been working, that I have not volunteered for all these kids to throw to them as well. So those people are just jerks, and and if they don't, and if they think their kid is so good, put them on a travel team and get them out of the local rec leagues. Because as far I know, our teams where we play are way more instructional than some of these other teams, which is fine. I don't care. Again, I don't care about the winning and losing, but it's what you're talking about as far as the coaching is coming out here and striking out. And it's not every out, I would say, in coach pitch is almost a strikeout, is it not?
Yeah, and here's your
and
deal.
Almost every 9 and 10
when you're doing coach pitch and you play the whole game and the final score's 4-3, either you've got great defense or nobody could hit.
Right,
It's
I'd
one
rather
or
be
the other.
23-20 in 2 minutes. And everybody comes to that age to do two things. The parents, to watch your kid hit the ball and run. In T-ball, that's all they want to do is hit the ball and run. They want to run. And then you get to coach pitch, and you come out there, and you stand out there, and you strike out twice and go home and kick some dirt. Now, some of the good ones hit the ball. We had a couple, the other team, like I said, we played a good team last night, Terry, and you're right. We had 2 or 3 hit it way in the outfield. Fine. I don't care. I'm not saying kick them out of the league at all, but if your parents are going to be like that, whatever. I've got one parent. We've got one little girl that's good. I got one parent. And we only have 8 people in coach pitch on our team. So right now we're going without a catcher, and we got 3 in the outfield. Why ain't we got a catcher? Well, if you start counting, sir, and he's just constantly, why ain't we doing this? Why ain't we doing that? And I'm like, why ain't our team as good as that team?
See, we require a catcher up at ours.
Well, we'll do. We're just,
you got to have 6 infielders.
We've got all that. Terry, we're gonna do all that.
Yeah.
We've got enough for the All-Stars and all that. But right now, our team, we had 14 sign up, Terry. 6 didn't come. So we're down to 8 people. Like,
Never showed up at all?
No.
Wow.
My baseball team had 15 show up. I'm down to 10 that signed up. One just showed up the other day. They just showed up to the city. So he just signed up. I've never seen this kid before. Never seen him play, never seen him throw. He shows up, I have to give him a jersey. He walks up to the plate, he stands on the plate.
Yeah, that's
10
It's
years,
already,
10 years old.
Yeah.
He's wearing an adult medium. So he's a big kid, never played baseball. He goes and stands on the plate. And then Terry's got parents like,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Tell their
That's
parents
what I hear.
Go to hell or whatever, I guess.
Where they been? I mean, they've been playing for 4 years.
Maybe doing something else. Not everybody is dedicated to, like, baseball, right? Some are dedicated to soccer. I tell you what, those same parents, Terry, would they walk into the basketball gym and say that to my shortstop? Because my shortstop would drop 25 points on him in a heartbeat in whatever basketball league they're in. Mm-hmm. He is nasty. He did it to us. That's why I drafted him, because our pitcher last night, he's never played baseball in his life. This tall. You remember I had Muggsy on our basketball team? He was the Muggsy on the other team, but just this much taller. Maybe because his hair was, maybe I didn't even know. But he had a step back jumper. I can show you the highlights. You remember Iverson? He's my shortstop. Zach's seen the highlights. Was he good? Mm-hmm. So those same coach, but what have you been doing? Maybe he's been working on his crossover.
Yeah.
Maybe he's been kicking the soccer ball, right, Tom? There's a lot of kids that do that. Maybe he's working on throwing the football. So those parents, come on, man, grow up. I've got one on the coach pitch like that. But the rest of my parents are awesome. I'll have to say that about my parents.
Play basketball by yourself a lot. It's kind of hard to practice baseball if you ain't got a couple people with you.
You got to have some people.
You got. That's what I was saying. And we've talked about this before. The development of the kids is astronomically different than when we came up and you guys came up, because that's what we did. We went outside and we played baseball.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's the deal, and I guess this has come as I'm umpiring. But I tried to do this when I was coach. Don't get me wrong. I like to win. It's a great thing. You teach, but you also have to teach kids how to lose also. And my deal is I wanted kids who I could see at the start of the season, and I want to see where you at by the end of the season. Do you enjoy? Do you want to come back? Mm-hmm. Did you develop? Did you all of a sudden, hey, man, you know what? I like this game. And did you progress to get better? And that's what it's about. But we are so into I'm going to win because I'm going to be the all-star coach.
Is
You
that
know-
what it's about?
Well, it is. I mean, they some
Holy,
of them
who
like
cares,
that.
Batman? Golly. Anyway, they're not going to get any of that from my end on that. I don't even know if I've talked to an umpire other than tell him, hey, if he stands on the plate, please tell him to back up.
Yeah, no
Well,
kidding.
that's what I'm saying.
Don't tell my kids not to be in dirt in outfield or infield.
Right. No, so Terry, as far as the working with my daughter, I pitch to her. If I get closer or underhanded, either one, I can throw. If I get closer and throw overhanded, she crushes it. If I throw it underhanded, she crushes it. From 35 feet, she strikes out every time. We've got another kid who's never played, never done anything. He has almost no coordination. He's got 3 hits this year. And that's how random it is on it. So the coach is like, where you been? Why ain't you working? So if you've come to our games, you think my daughter has never played before compared to this kid, who I can't get him to throw it to me from you right now. But she can catch the ball, throw it short, throw it third, throw it wherever, hit the ball. But that far back, she's having trouble hitting.
Yeah.
So, and I don't necessarily if she's having trouble hitting, is that she's this tall. And for her to hit the ball, Terry, the pitcher's got to throw it in that spot.
Yep.
And if it's at a rainbow, so he's got to hit the box like this while they're swinging like this. So
And a lot of people think that doing coach pitch, I'm going to tell you, if you got 2 coaches over there and one guy's out there throwing all the time, and all of a sudden he cannot make it, and you have to put your other coach in, them kids strike out left and right because they're not used to this guy's pitch.
Why don't y'all just use a machine?
Well, there's a machine, but the deal with
I've
the
never
machine,
dealt with that. I don't know if Terry
yeah,
has or not.
I have.
I've
I think
never.
Cheryl's good with that machine sometimes, but it's consistent. It comes in
That's
at the
what I'm
right
saying.
level. But here's the problem with it: is in a ball game, that's not what you're going to see. I mean, I can get used to machine pitching.
It's just 7 and 8 year old.
I'm with you, Tom. I'm with you 100%.
I went and did the game.
That's what I'm saying. I just want them to hit the ball.
When
I
I
don't
did-
care how they hit it. I just want them to hit the ball.
When I did the Charlotte League, that's what they did. They did machine pitch. If you struck out, then you got to hit the ball off the tee. And everybody got to hit. Everybody had a good time. Game took an hour and 15 minutes. Everybody had a ball. Everybody's patting me on the back, telling me what a great guy I am. I had a great time. I mean, it's fun to watch the little kids play, but when you talk about bringing in one coach, one coach, I guess, trying to be Nolan Ryan there, a 7-year-old game.
Yeah.
Just don't. Kind of reminds me of Stuart Scott. Remember that commercial where he's playing like little league basketball and blocking shots and things like that? What do you want to do? Go in there and strike out a 7-year-old? But I think Kevin is right because you want to see the kids hit. I mean that's what you want to see the kids hit. I mean,
Terry, should I already
do whatever you can to get more offense.
should I already put in my resignation for All-Star coach?
Well,
Tell I don't care. No, for the boys, I'm gonna have to. For the girls, that we've got like 5 or 6 teams, and they've got plenty over there that can.
here's another
they
thing
can
I'll
have
throw
at
at
that.
you. I don't
I don't
know
think
how
she'll be in
everybody
there,
does it, but when you're in a league, let's say I've got 10 teams. So I'm going to take the top player off of each team. Is that correct?
No,
Maybe not.
no.
There might be some good kids on this other team. Or if I've got 5,
Zach,
I'm going to take the
hold
top
on,
2
watch
off
this.
every
Zach,
team.
which Johnson twin are you only taking?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but I've heard people at different leagues saying, well, we got 5 teams and we're going to take the top 2 off of each team. And I'm like, is that fair?
No. Well, I thought we might have 3 chances on ours until I saw the other team, and we might have 1.
Yeah. I understand.
Maybe 2. Just depends on who's coaching.
Take
and
your
all that goes.
best 10 and then let
Right.
the coach pick 2 more that he wants
Right.
and go from there.
Whatever it is. Right,
Yes.
Right. Well, they've actually, I've heard that discussion to make sure that they do that. And I think
Because when you go to these All-Stars, if you don't think they're not there to win, question they are.
I tell you what my biggest thing is, Terry. My only complaint about, I say as far as the gameplay in general, I think they need to stop the stupid running stuff. We talk about, we'll have an argument about what's best, Tom, for the pitchers and we'll have all this and what's best for the game, and we'll get all serious about it. But as soon as I say, hey, let's stop the runners from running around like jokers ever pitch, that's basically the game for some of these coaches.
Exactly.
If they send their runner from third to second before my pitcher even gets back to the mound, that's how you get an argument with me. That's how you're going to make me mad. I'm going to call the first baseman a D-head right there and let the first base umpire hear it, and then we're going to go from there. That's the way I get heated.
It is a kid's game.
It is.
It's a kid's game.
Like,
And
come on now. And then you see my pitcher up there right after he throws 4 balls, Terry, 4 straight balls that barely come to the dirt. You're gonna run to second base. Go ahead, try it.
I agree.
I'll take your picture. I'm gonna put it on the radio show on Saturday. And we're gonna talk about it. That's what it's gonna go.
I'll just say this.
I'm sure Terry's seen some awful stuff.
I have.
It's not necessary in a kid's game. I mean, it's a kid's game. You always know that somebody's trying to be Tommy Lasorda out there. Somebody's trying to be Bobby Cox.
You
out
take
there.
one base. If I throw it away, try to throw you out at third, and I throw it away again, go home. But again, when you walk and run to second, and then still third on the next pitch,
that age is about. I'm telling you, that age
age
is about teaching the game.
it is.
And
It is.
1 minute after that game's over, those kids don't know if they won or lost. They don't know if they won or lost.
They do not.
Don't care. So just teach them the game, and I think that's just.
Where's my hot dog and Coke?
And there's a lot of dads out there that need to take a serious chill pill, man. I mean, it's about teaching kids the game.
Well, sorry about getting our high horse sworn on that, guys.
Yeah.
It's just some fun comments. Not just some things to maybe adjust. Hopefully, you got in some ears, some coaches, or maybe some umpires in some areas. I just remember what's best for it. And some of these people take some of this stuff really serious.
Yeah, some of these little league umpires will come to a game and then want to tell you they're an umpire.
Yeah.
It's like, they say something. You know what you never tell somebody calling a game? Don't ever say, I'm an umpire. Just don't do that. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. It's not going to go well from there. But it's just kind of funny how people involve this stuff, and they make it about them. It's about kids.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a couple more kids and take them to a little league and just play. I'm not saying a word to an umpire or a coach or anything.
I have told every one of my guys when you're
crazy.
doing a district or a state or something like that, after your game and you've got a little bit of weight before your next one, go change. Don't leave your stuff on. Well, they'll go, why? Because nobody needs to walk up to you and say, did you see this play? This is what happened. Because you was not there. You did not say it unless you were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't get involved on another play of another umpire.
It's people are just dumb.
All right, guys. JP, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get into our NASCAR. Dick, Terry, one guess before we go. What state is Dover in?
What?
Dover is in Delaware,
Yeah.
Terry.
I
Gosh
know
almighty.
that.
I was going to ask
why?
JP next.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I know that.
But I'm just saying some people have to think about it for a sec, see what happened. JP, what state's Dover in?
Colorado.
I was not paying attention.
Hey, JP, why don't you come to my first period class on Monday? You fit right in.
No, I'm good.
You fit right in with the rest of them.
right in.
Pick up that reading, Johnny. Where are we? Let me show you where we're at.
Lawndale. We'll be back in a minute. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family owned and operated, proudly serving Shelby and the surrounding area with the finest in heating and cooling for your home or business. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, and right now they have an exclusive spring special on Carrier, Goodman, and Mitsubishi systems. Get exclusive Shelby Heating and Air discounts of up to $750. Yes, discounts on quality heating and cooling systems of up to $750. Online at shelbyheating.com, see their page at whatsupshopper.com, and like them on Facebook too. Located at 1990 Eves Road in Shelby.
No Shoes Nation, it's time for a celebration. Blue Chair Bayron presents Kenny Chesney with Dan and Shay, Old Dominion, and Carly Pierce. Here at Now Tour 2022, Saturday, April 30th, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. On sale now with Ticketmaster.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group and AEG Presents. Fueled by Marathon.
Trusted, tried, and true. Those three words represent the highest standards for the Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides. Trusted means being built strong and built to last. Tried means being put to the test by hardworking people doing the toughest jobs. And true means staying authentic to the roots that run 30 years deep. Kawasaki Mule, the definition of trusted, tried, and true. See the Kawasaki Mule at Full Throttle Power Sports, located at 101 Indian Walk in Lowell.
There's a new doctor in town. Dr. Robin Owings at Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic in Lincoln is proud to welcome Dr. Megan Gregory to their staff. Yes, Pro Wellness is growing and are now open in the new location at 644 Clark Drive in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Come by and take a tour of their new facilities today. When you have a pain, see the new Pro Wellness Family Chiropractic. Now in the new location, 644 Clark Drive in Lincoln. Online at ProWellnessNC.com and like them on Facebook too.
Palmer Crichton of North Lincoln High School is this month's McDonald's KTC Broadcasting What's Up Shopper Scholar Athlete of the Month. Palmer is a junior at North Lincoln High School and is the son of Nate and Dana Crichton. Palmer plays basketball and tennis and has a weighted 4.4 grade point average. His advanced courses include U.S. history and language. Palmer's a member of the Holy Spirit Catholic Church. His community activities include Love Denver, a Denver Nugget Camp counselor, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and is a soup kitchen volunteer. After graduation, Palmer plans to attend a 4-year university medical school. The McDonald's KTC Broadcasting What'sUpShopper.com Scholar Athlete Award is to recognize a student athlete not only for accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievements in the classroom and for overall school and community citizenship.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. I don't think they've turned themselves on yet, so I'm just going to keep talking until they do. Yeah, he asked what I had for breakfast, but I had a nice, good sausage and mushroom omelet. It was good, although I only really wanted mushrooms on it, but I mean.
Yeah, can you get it right, Terry? Can you get it right? I tell you who does get it right. Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877 for all your heating and air needs. If you need a system upgrade, if you need a system repair, if you just need a check and wash, give them a call, 704-487-7877. Website is shelbyheating.com. Got specials, coupons you could print off and bring into Shelby Heating and Air. So give them a call, 704-487-7877. That's Shelby Heating and Air.
Terry, was that called for?
He felt like he was an umpire again. Terry, can you get it right today?
Can you get it right?
At least once.
Can you get it right, Terry?
I'll keep my word to myself right now.
JP, I will say this. If you call Terry, he won't answer the phone.
Yeah.
He'll ignore your call. But you can leave him a voicemail like I did last night and instruct him on what to bring. And he will check his voicemail. So
I got the mushrooms like I wanted. I just didn't want the sausage. But, I ate it either way.
Yeah, he's going to eat it either way, Terry.
Yeah.
But, he had to suffer through that sausage because you can't get the order right.
I just didn't want to eat meat this morning.
I'll tell you what, we need to improve the quality of the staff at West Lincoln High School. I'm not sure they did a thorough screening of you, Terry. Can you get anything right?
Tell me you do your job fine, Terry. You're just a bad waitress.
I'm just going to keep my voice to myself right now.
All right. So, good morning anyway.
Your thoughts to yourself,
I tell you what,
not your voice.
Well, my voice might not be appropriate.
Since we're already a little bit on baseball and a little bit of kind of what, we'll just stay on that topic for a few minutes. We'll get into NASCAR here in just a few minutes. But I did want to get into something that kind of happened this week and want to talk about and Terry, what you were just mentioning, and had a kid strike out, asked him if he bought a ticket, and he said I thought it was outside, and I told him that the first two were fantastic. He could have hit those two, right? So this week in Major League Baseball, did you see the Kyle Schwarber meltdown?
Oh.
And I wanted to get what these two umpires thought about this. Tom, did you see it?
No, I saw the Indians-Guardians game where they're throwing beer bottles at players who separated their shoulder. The Yankees show what they are.
Well, so anyway, in this game, Angel Hernandez is behind the plate.
The notorious
Angel Hernandez. Now, my contention on this is it doesn't matter who is behind the plate that nobody should act like this, especially someone getting paid, whatever you're getting paid to play professional baseball. Have you seen it, Tom?
I have not.
All right, so he acted like a complete fool. I'm going to say this.
The player?
Yes. Let me switch over for the folks watching at home so you can see where the pitch was. Oh, that's Gerald. He's not supposed to be there yet. Why is he there?
Well,
Let me take Gerald out. Here we go. So, you see where the pitch missed there, Tom and Terry? I know
Is
the
it
folks
up
at
and
home
out?
cam.
No,
bottom
low,
right.
low and outside.
Okay, there it is. Not bad.
No,
Still
that's
good.
and if you watch the angle it came in, I mean, he could have called that strike easily.
All right, so
watch.
He's a lefty too.
Yeah.
So a lefty
Gonna come across
being
the plate.
caught that far off the plate. And here's the pitch.
And that's a pretty good pitch.
Umpires. I mean,
Well, that's a strike all day in high school.
right.
You ain't good enough.
That was a strike all day in the 90s.
Now again,
To call that
this
ball.
is for fans. First of all, let's talk about fans getting mad about this. You were watching a computer-generated square.
yeah.
You do not know if that's the strike zone, if that's where the umpire believes that's where the strike zone is, and if that's accurate at all to where it's supposed to be, first of all. Second of all, for anyone that ever pulled for the Atlanta Braves to get mad over that call after watching Greg Maddux for however many years he calls and Tom Glavine, that should never happen. Now, I know this isn't a Braves fan or Braves thing, but I'm just saying, we can go back to plenty of clips where Maddux throwing it at the mascot like the dude in all with the Kevin
Bull Durham.
Costner. Yeah, Bull Durham.
Bull Durham. Yeah.
Like Bull Durham. And but here now watch Schwarber for you guys. I'm gonna get y'all's reactions to this. Watch how this grown man who bats now here, guys, he's a career 230 batter. He's batting 197.
And then he killed the Indians in that one series.
Maybe, guys, it's not the umpire's fault you strike out a lot. He struck out 150 times one year. So this is Schwarber acting it out at Angel Hernandez. So he goes up to the plate, starts pointing up. Wow. I don't know what we're doing here, pointing both benches, giving some more. Then Joe Girardi comes out. Schwarber's not done. He'll be back in a second. We still got about 40 seconds of this clip. But y'all can just talk about...
He should have threw him pretty early for that.
Well, and then he comes back out yelling some more. Now remember, this is what? How many inches tops is this off the plate, Tom? If it's off the plate, a lefty.
Right.
A lefty.
That's a good looking pitch to me.
Bottom right corner. That's 2 strikes. Are you not supposed? My point also is
you don't feed them.
Swing the bat. Who? Honestly, Kyle, who showed up to the ballpark? Do you think it's this guy back here in the gray that showed up to the ballpark and said, I hope I get to see Kyle Schwarber take 4 pitches tonight, boys. I'm gonna buy this $9 hot dog so I watch Kyle Schwarber take 4 pitches. Let's see.
Strike out looking, yeah.
I don't even think it wasn't even like 3. That's the second out nobody on. It's not like there's bases loaded in this game. You just suck. 5, period.
What inning is it?
The 9th.
Seven.
That's the bottom of the
7.
9th. That's pitch 7.
Oh.
Sorry about that, but dang it.
Who's ahead?
Milwaukee is the closer, up 1-0, bottom of the 9th. It's a 3-2 count. He's trying to draw a walk, Tom, because he can't hit.
Yeah.
And then he's mad because the umpire, who everybody thinks is awful, called a strike on him at tops 2 inches off the plate, if that. And he goes ballistic over it.
And then he's at home, too, so that even makes it worse.
I still say it's a good pitch.
No, he's on the road. Yeah, he's
no,
on.
He
He's on.
got him. He tossed him quick.
Oh, I didn't see him toss
Did
it.
he?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Back,
I thought he was just
back.
taking it, and I'm like,
No, go back.
As
He
soon as the
tossed
helmet,
him
as soon as the
fast.
helmet landed, he
I was like,
Watch
he should have been
this.
thrown quickly.
Watch this. Nope, you're gone.
Okay, good.
As soon as the helmet hit the ground, good.
I agree.
As soon as he did it.
I thought he waited a little bit. I'm glad he did.
See, but what upsets me is there's a lot of high school kids at home watching this.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why can't you have the security come out and get it? Like I don't get. I 100% don't get why coaches and players are allowed to just act like this. And then I got an argument with a friend on Twitter who's on Schwarber's side of this. He's like, have you never got mad at a pitch? I'm like, yes, when I was 11, and I didn't understand that I should swing. And then that's why I brought up my son with this. He struck out last night, looking.
I mean, look, the catcher, barely moved his glove. You know.
And I told my son, I was like, son, whether or not the umpire made a good or bad call on the first one, you had 2 strikes to hit already. So blame one on him, then it's your fault on 2. So however you want to see that, son. But they shouldn't be blaming the umpires for that. Again, it's not like this is Barry Bonds or Albert Pujols getting pinched. This is Kyle Schwarber, career 230 again, and acting like a fool over it. So we'll start there in baseball. I want to see what y'all thought about the silliness with that.
Oh no, like Terry and I said. I mean, I understand all these guys. Like I've done some adult leagues, and these guys think that have played higher levels of baseball. Some of them think that the strike zone is a matchbook. It's a Pringles can. It's not. I'm just. I called a pitch on a guy. He's a good ball player. You can tell he played higher levels, but it was inner third at his belt. Turn around. No. No. He's like, man, what are you waiting on? You know what I mean? It's like if you're taking that pitch with 2 strikes, you deserve to strike out.
Let me ask you something. And I know that it would cause an uproar, but if we just I know there's a rule, Terry. You know what rule I'm talking about. Tom does too. You're not supposed to argue balls and strikes.
Correct.
Exactly. As soon as he does that, Tom, throw him out.
Correct.
You can do that.
I know you can.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that if more umpires maybe did it more, I know it would cause an uproar, but if they knew going in the season, maybe we had this thing, we talked to the coaches. If you say anything, it doesn't matter, whatever. It's like, so in basketball, Terry, nobody has a problem with refs calling techs for bad behavior, do they?
No.
So why can't we transfer in football? You get thrown penalties they throw penalties all the time for unsportsmanlike in football. So why can't we do that in baseball?
There have been times that I will look, and if the guy keeps on, and I will turn, and the first thing I ask him, are you questioning my balls and strikes?
Right.
And if he says yes, you're gone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Sometimes you want to be nice about it, right? That's what you want to do about it. Well, I'm saying if we got to the point where we did it like basketball and just did it immediately with no questions, that I think it would maybe curtail it a little bit more. You wouldn't even have to get to that point, Terry. As soon as if he said like that, Tom, just no, go sit down.
Yeah.
Like, well, dude, shut up.
Yeah. I love the games that you were in that people have seen you umpire and everything, and they know whether you're getting on their nerves. Because I have been in games where the people over to the side or assistant coaches will be hollering at the coach, let it go, let it go, let it go. You're not going to be here. Like, you just crossed over a line that, like, the blue knows that you should never go across. Yeah. And they'll be hollering at their coach, let it go. And as long as I hear that, a lot of times I might bucker a little bit and let something, but maybe I should not, because if I hear another coach telling him to let it go, I'm like, they're trying to get across to you, coach. Now, if you continue on, I'm going to get rid of you. But if you stop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll never get the umpire right. I get it, some of them look at it as a sport, Tom, to try to affect the game and get calls and hope they're making you make this calls.
I'm just going to go ahead and do not.
And I know that's how they look at it, but again, like, it just here's my point, Terry. Let's pull up just one time. So let's say I'm pulling up last night's scores. Let's say Angel Hernandez missed that call, right? And the score in the San Diego-Pittsburgh game is 7-3. Well, Pittsburgh, did Angel Hernandez give up 7 runs? No. So what are you yelling about? What are you fussing about? That's what
Kevin. I've been in games and I know Tom has too.
I know, Terry. But it's silly. To me, it's silly.
That you get beat 22-1 and you have a coach come through saying you're the worst umpire I've ever seen. I'm like, okay.
I say, you know what I say? You know what I say? I must be pretty bad if I gave him 22 runs. Or maybe I'm pretty good.
I don't even say
maybe
that. I'll just say, okay.
If I could engineer that many runs for a team, I might be pretty good.
Yes, bet on me next game then, sir.
Yeah.
Go to Vegas, bet on me. All right, well, let's go to the standings, Major League Baseball. Quit being yelling at the umpire. But I just thought I had that one on the back burner this week. I want to see what y'all thought about this fool and over this pitch that was just right on the corner. All right, Yankees in first in the East. Toronto have backed into second. Blue Jays in third. Red Sox in fourth, and the Baltimore Orioles. Where they have I've never understood how they haven't gotten together in the last so many years. They've got some money up there in the Northeast.
Time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Twins, the only team in the Central,
y'all moved ahead of us
with a winning record. What's going on over there, Guardians?
I told you, we lost 6 in a row. Yankees swept us. Angels swept us. We should have got beat last night. Had to score.
You should have got
4 runs
We'd
late.
still been second.
Yeah.
In your defense, that is the 2 leading teams in their division. So
they're just but still.
Angels
the Central's
got,
horrible if
Angels
you
got
can
lost
see.
in first right now, hottest team.
Yeah, we played the Yankees last night and got drilled.
Yep, 12-2.
Yeah.
Well, how many good teams are they? You two American League aficionados.
How many good teams are they
in the American League? Who would you predict to make the playoffs, just off the top of your head?
Well, the Yankees are going to make it. Blue Jays are going to make it.
Yeah,
the Twins are. Everybody said Chicago was supposed to win the Central this year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Right there is your 2 wild cards. How many do they have this year? 2 again.
Isn't it 5 total teams make playoffs?
Yeah, Toronto and Tampa will be your 2 wild cards. Yankees will win that division.
You think everything's coming from the East?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because Tampa Bay's not bad.
They're still doing those bullpen games, don't they? They still do those where they pitch 5 guys in the same game. They do.
Because Seattle's not going to stay where they're at.
Well,
They're
in
second
they
place.
got 20 pitchers
like
now.
Might as well.
Kansas City being in third.
Might as well.
You don't have no. Yeah, if I'm paying you, I'm going to pay you down there to eat sunflower seeds. Pick your nose. Come out here and throw a baseball every once in a while.
I don't know. I'll take a job eating sunflower seeds and picking my nose.
Yes, I'm not going to pay you to do that.
And you want me to come in for 1 inning? I got you, buddy.
I got you. I don't know.
Sometimes one batter, right?
Yeah.
One
Don't
batter.
be prepared until about the 6th. I'm only going to get to 7th. That's cool. I'm cool.
Show up 3 hours early to work and don't have to do anything.
I don't
for 3
get no
hours.
winning losses. But
Back's a little sore today.
I just got to get through the 7th.
How many guys do you think Zach has ever went out there and be like, every time it's over 95, I'm like, how my back's hurting?
Yeah.
Or a little cold. Some of them don't like the cold.
If Ben Simmons played, it definitely would happen.
In baseball, he would be out for all kinds of weird things. There's some, yeah. Mariners, you think the Astros, anybody, what you got in the West? Is Terry the best player in baseball going to hold on, babe?
No, Houston will win that division.
All right.
But don't get me wrong now. I'm telling you, man can change teams, and he's changing the Angels.
What
They
about
got rid of their worst nightmare and Pujols, and
That's
look
what
where
it
they're at.
was.
Yeah, that's right.
That team's not doing well at all. They're in second, though. Cardinals are. Milwaukee has went on an 8-2 run in the last 10, so they've jumped up ahead of the Cardinals. Mets with the best record in is that baseball right now? 7-14.
They're playing well.
New York. Oh gosh,
They had 5 pitchers last night pitch a no-hitter.
the city of New York has the 2 best records in baseball.
Yeah.
Then we'll never hear the
I'm
end
talking
of
about the Mets, so last night pitched a no-hitter.
Mm-hmm.
They got a good ball team this year. They really do.
Do you know any of the pitchers that pitched?
I have no clue. All I know there's 5 of them.
I just needed one.
That's all I saw. It showed 5 of them talking to him, and I was
Is
like,
DeGrom pitching yet, or is he still hurt? If they're doing this well without DeGrom, I have to look.
But how about this? Baseball has always been the big money teams do well. In the East, the New York teams are in first. And in the West, the LA teams are in first. Out in the Central, we're out here farming. All of us guys, it's a battle in both of them. Milwaukee's Cardinals are got winning records in Milwaukee. 3 of the 10 teams in the Central have winning records, guys.
how many games Kansas City back? 3?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Guardians and
Still have a chance.
Guardians and the Tigers, Terry, are 4.5.
We're right there.
Yeah, I don't think DeGrom's not even pitching for the Mets yet. He's still hurt.
The Reds are 3-17, and my nephew plays on the Reds over there in Bessemer.
That's a shame. They got a decent team, y'all.
We're gonna have to get that changed. I've been asking. He's coached by a friend named Chris, and I've been trying to get him to, come over and pull for the real red team in the Central for all these years. But keep on pulling for them Reds. Yeah, I don't know why they've. Who wants to go play in Cincinnati in baseball? I mean, the Midwest teams have had a salary cap.
Back in the 70s and 80s, you had to play.
Right, or you're out of luck right now. You don't have any firepower. You can't sign anybody. You just got to nail every draft pick.
And their worst pick right now, not worst pick, worst. I would say player to play against would be Votto. That's the only player Cincinnati got that's trying. To me, and I hate to say that, trying, but the rest of the guys, they're throwing at him. And that kind of gets me. You're 3-17, and their best player that Cincinnati has is teams are throwing at him. Come on. I don't think this guy is going to defeat you,
Yeah, 38. 38 years old.
He's been there forever.
331 home runs for Mr. Joey.
What's his WAR, Kevin?
I know that's the important thing these days.
What's
this
his WAR?
Way more important than anything else. Stat leaders real quick for the Major League Baseball. Hosmer's lead Major League Baseball for San Diego and hitting at 397.
Kansas City, man.
How do you say Benintendi, Terry?
I don't know. It
Was
sounds
he
good
not?
to me.
Why do I ask?
Yeah.
Machado's third, Bogart's fourth, and Arenado is fifth. He got thrown out this week because they threw high at his face. Another new amendment to baseball. I know maybe not in the smaller leagues, but once you get to professional baseball and like professional basketball and football, we also have different rules. Tom, with 17 paid millionaires sitting on the bench, how about automatic ejections for hit batsmen?
Oh, Lord.
For Major League Baseball players.
So you're going to automatically eject a guy because he hit somebody.
He throws a curveball and it just gets away.
No,
and I hit a player.
No, seriously, though.
You know what the rule in the adult league is? If you hit 3 batters, you must be replaced as the pitcher.
Okay, so, yeah. So
3, though, Kevin, not 1.
No, but let's be realistic, though. How often does a Major League pitcher hit more than one batter?
Well, it could happen.
How often could, Tom? My God, a meteorite could land today, Zach.
I don't have.
I guarantee it's below 3%.
Right, it's very low, right? So when it does happen, the way we see it on TV, and maybe it's the media portraying
That's the only ones we see, though.
But we see a lot of arguing about it. But if you watch any Major League Baseball game and anybody gets hit, almost always there's some type of pointing, yelling, fussing, something. But again, maybe it is, Tom. Maybe you have the 1. Maybe it's the 2 and you're out. 2 technicals and you're out. But as Major League Baseball players, again, what's the point of us running on the field? They're in fighting about it. And their argument is that you're endangering me. You threw a 100-mile-per-hour projectile at my head, and I get it. And I get it as a pitcher. You hit people. So I just want to find a happy ground. What should we do to fix the brawls and to fix the throwing at people? Because you got to have an incentive. If you throw at somebody, you're out automatically. If you say 2, but that allows you to throw at somebody's head 1 time. You just hope you don't miss him the first time. Or you get to hit 1 in the second. You get to hit 2 before you're thrown out. So now you get to piss 2 people off. So that's why I'm saying I don't know. Because right now it's a judgment call, right? And does the umpire have to give a warning? Or can they just straight throw them out?
Depends on how bad it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know the actual rule. That's why I was asking. Can the umpires, do Major League umpires throw them out on first throw? Or do they give them out?
It's just so tough because and Tom, you know as well as I do, if you hit somebody and I wouldn't say they was doing it, but if you don't say something then, and then when the other team goes out there, the next thing you know, that other player is going to get hit.
That's what I said. If just hold on with me. You've got 15 pitchers over there. Remember, if you hit a guy, automatically out. It's just flat out. No questions asked. He pitched tomorrow. He can do whatever he wants to. He pitched 2 more days. But then you bring in another guy in. I'm saying for the game of baseball. No, I understand that you accidentally hit people. But for the most of the time, these guys don't anymore. Unless it's on purpose. A lot of them don't. And we know when it is. It's accidental. It comes up in. The guys usually hits. He's not ready. I mean, they tell each other that. When they accidentally hit each other, they tell each other they're sorry.
I could be trying to back you off the plate and it got away. I mean, it's just. So I'm gone.
6 fouls are gone.
So I'm gone.
So I understand, but think about it. 5 fouls, Terry.
Okay,
how many times
I'm not pitching inside.
Right, but how many times in college basketball do we have guys foul out really quick? It's the same concept for me. Is to foul the guy. It's like a foul out. You hit the guy, you're out. Now, the umpire, you can judge better as far as whether they're leaning over the plate or whatever, how that goes. I don't care. But again, you got 15 pitchers. I'm just talking Major League, not 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12, any other thing. You're getting Major League Baseball. You hit a guy, you're out. We got 15 other guys here. Let's play. We're not having any more arguments. Did he do this? There's no questioning. Did I think he do it? Just thought.
I'm going to tell you, this is how come I say no.
Okay.
All right. Simple reason, I could be out there and it's 98 degrees outside, and I'm through 6 innings and I'm winning 3-0. And I said, whoops, you know what? My God, it's so hot. I'm not going back out here today. I'm going to nib this batter right here. I'm throwing inside. I'm going to pop him. Hey, whoop, I'm sorry, Coach. I'm out. I'm going to go sit down.
Terry, that's
get
the
me.
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, there be people doing that, Tom.
You are just...
They will. They will be players that do that on purpose.
You find new and creative ways to out-stupid yourself.
That's why he said no,
I mean,
too.
you know
That's
what I'm saying?
the reason.
That's
Terry,
what I would do, Tom.
Terry, you're going to go to the coach and say, Coach, take me out. That's
No,
what
I
you're gonna
wouldn't.
do.
I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, I'll just nib this guy now.
No.
I'm sorry, Coach.
Zach,
Okay.
you got any solutions?
I'm leaving.
If you are a pitcher,
or
Stop the what?
the fighting slash,
No.
I understand you don't want a 100-mile-per-hour fastball hitting you in the head.
if you're a pitcher, you're going to say, Coach, my arm hurts. He's going to take you out.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to nib him. He's going to take me out anyway. Okay, good job.
What if it's 97 degrees?
I know, right? Well,
Oh,
and Terry, there's one other thing you didn't think
If the
about.
sun's going down, I know temperature coming down, so I might want to stay in.
There's
You
one
know?
other thing you didn't think about. Terry.
I'm going to hit somebody on purpose.
Through the hard part of
the
the
game.
Through 6 innings, he's close to his pitch count anyway, so he needs to get out of there anyway, right?
Holy cow.
Somebody asked me about that the other day. I said, if you want to count my pitches, then throw us out for losing 20-2, go ahead. I'm not counting any pitches. I'm counting hope we get 3 strikes today, sir. You counting pitches? I hope we get 3 strikes.
I got a suntan. Take me out, Coach.
Almighty.
All right, guys. We do have a special giveaway today. And 704-435-2845. You are listening to a country music station, by the way. And with that, we are giving away Kenny Chesney tickets. Kenny
Where's he
Chesney
going to be?
tickets on the stage.
There's a lot of stages.
I just had that one for you. All right, sorry.
He better know where Kenny Chesney is performing.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Okay, Charlotte.
Do you want to know specifically?
At the Big I?
At the soccer stadium down there.
Oh, okay. Bank of America.
Yeah, they play more soccer games there now than football games. So now it's the soccer stadium now, right? Is that not correct, Terry?
Yeah, correct.
I would say Tepper might build a stadium, but after the Rock Hill debacle, I don't know if he'll try to.
Yeah,
We're gonna get in.
anything
We're
else.
gonna get a little bit
There
of that in
you go.
just a second. There's a ton of smoke and rumors that he could just move the Panthers in general.
Where would you move him to?
Well,
Come on.
I'm just telling you, whoever's going. It's not.
Temper, you got
it's
too
not
much money if that's all you
It's
do.
not that. It's about the cities paying for it. 100%. That's the racket.
Come on.
You buy a team. The NFL tells you the city's going to give you $500 million or $2 billion for this, and then that's the racket. But it's been falling apart. There's already George Shinn comparisons on what they've interviewed him and asked him what happened with him. So we'll get into that and more. Stay tuned. We'll got a trivia question coming up for Kenny Chesney tickets here in just a few moments. You're listening. We'll be back in a few moments to KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family owned and operated, proudly serving Shelby and the surrounding area with the finest in heating and cooling for your home or business. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air, and right now they have an exclusive spring special on Carrier, Goodman, and Mitsubishi systems. Get exclusive Shelby Heating and Air discounts of up to $750. Yes, discounts on quality heating and cooling systems of up to $750. Online at shelbyheating.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Located at 1990 Eves Road in Shelby.
Your mom will love you even more when you register her in the KTC Broadcasting Mother's Day giveaway. Some lucky lady will win a $500 local business shopping spree from one of our local sponsors. Register today at Hillbilly's Barbecue and Steaks, South Main Street in Lowell, at Wild Birds Unlimited on East Franklin Boulevard, Gastonia, at This and That Trading Post on the Dallas High Shoals Road in Dallas, at Dallas Express Pharmacy on Hoffman Street in Dallas, at Kurt's Premium Outlet in Eastridge Mall, Gastonia, at Teddy's Emporium Outlet in Eastridge Mall, Gastonia, at the Captain's Cap Seafood Restaurant on Linwood Road in Gastonia, at Full Throttle Power Sports on Indian Walk in Lowell, at the Classic Volkswagen on East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia, and at West End Sales, Highway 18 North in Vale. The drawing will be held Friday, May 6th. Register your mom in our Mother's Day contest, and she could win a $500 local shopping spree at one of our local merchants.
The truck band at Iconic Motor Company of Shelby has done it again. He stocked up on the biggest, the baddest trucks around. See for yourself, like a 2020 Ram 2500 Laramie 4x4, leather interior at only 8,800 miles. A 2015 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 V6. Or how about a 2020 Chevy Silverado LT Trail Boss Crew Cab at only 23,000 miles. Iconic Motor Company of Shelby, 325 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at iconicmotorcompanyofshelby.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
There she is.
Cody? So you didn't get what I told you to?
Dad, I did my research.
Let's see what he can do. Not bad.
What do you think?
Not bad. Not bad.
So?
He likes it.
I knew he would.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 West intersection in Vale. It's time to hop into a new ride this spring during Spring Fling at Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. Right now, get 1.99% APR on new autos and 2.25% APR on used vehicles. Finance it up to 84 months with GAP available and get $100 cash back when you refinance. Leave those old high rates behind with Carolina Federal Credit Union, 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Online at carolinafcu.org. Don't let bad plumbing drive you plumb crazy. Call the plumbing experts. That's Olmsted Plumbing in Forest City. Sure, they can clean your drain or even do a camera inspection for sewer line and replacement. But did you know they have water treatment systems and water heaters? From residential to commercial, they do it all. Give them a call at 828-245-7302, 828-245-7302. And they also have employment opportunities. Call Olmsted Plumbing at 828-245-7302 and like them on Facebook too.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Let's see. What else can I say before they turn themselves on? I don't think they've realized that they're back on the air right now.
We do.
Well, I just want to know about Shelby Heating and Air. So, I mean.
Okay, just want to remind our leaders, Shelby Heating and Air, sponsoring Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Give them a call, 704-487-7877. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. Thank you for sponsoring Saturday Morning Sports Talk.
All right now we got a contest. There's two ways to win Kenny Chesney tickets right now. We're going to give you a trivia question here in just a few moments, just a little bit coming up here shortly. Also, you can go online right now on KTC Broadcasting, and that's what we're talking about. Twitter, you can go on Twitter. Hopefully, our Twitter feed's growing now, and since we're not shadow banned anymore, Tom by the man.
That's right.
We will go to our Twitter feed at KTC Broadcasting or our Facebook page and find the Kenny Chesney karaoke contest. Right now, we're having a karaoke contest online. Tommy, all you got to do is go online and sing your favorite Kenny Chesney song, and you can win tickets.
All right.
Think you can manage that?
I think I can.
You think you can? All right. So you want to try some karaoke with Kenny?
No, probably not.
Okay,
not on the air.
I hope not.
All right. So I'm going to play a little promo here for a second, and then we'll let we'll see if Zach can press the correct button. Zach, if you would press the computer button for me. All right. Let's try this.
It's time for KTC Broadcasting's Kenny Karaoke. If you want to win tickets to this Saturday, April 30th, Kenny Chesney concert at Panthers Stadium in Charlotte, respond to this post with your own version of Kenny Chesney karaoke. Sing your favorite Kenny song and send it to us. Best entry will receive 2 tickets to the concert on Saturday, April 30th. KTC Karaoke with Kenny contest begins now. I've been up to my neck, working 6 days a week, wearing holes in the soles of the shoes of my feet. Been dreaming of getting away since I don't know. Ain't no better time than now for Mexico. No shoes, no shirt, no problem.
Looking back on. All right, Zach, you can take that computer button off there. All right, ready to rock now. All right, Terry, NFL draft. I think you've been on the baseball field a lot of this. Zach, have you got to watch anything on TV?
I've kept up nothing on TV. Just kept up with it through ESPN.com.
Okay, so we're going to go through some of this. The big news for our local fans, guys, is Zach and your team is the Panthers have picked up a quarterback. Almost got a trade for Baker Mayfield is what I'm reading. That fell through, and you guys pick up a quarterback. Is it Corral or Coral?
I don't know how they're pronounced either.
I didn't know. Dang it! I was hoping you did.
I didn't. But with he's arguably with the 3 that they had, that was the top 3. He's arguably the best out of the 3. I mean, it's a crapshoot this year with those guys. So that's why it went down to the second round. I think Pickett went, which surprised me. He went off the board first.
Zach, hit that computer button one more time. Let's see if this works.
Matt Corral. Matt Corral.
Corral.
Matt Corral.
Not Coral.
Matt Corral.
Corral?
Corral.
In the South, we're going to say Corral, but it sounds quicker. It sounds like Corral.
Correy? Is that
Matt Corral?
It's showing Krall. Corral.
Okay.
Corral, like corral.
Okay.
I'll pull it up, Terry. Maybe. Why is that not showing the?
And he come from where?
Mississippi.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. So Lane.
He was the one that got hurt in the.
Oh yes.
This is Lane Kiffin's.
He was the one that got hurt in the first half of the.
We'll let Tom put his headphones on and tell us. So Matt Corral.
Matt Corral.
Look in front of you. I've got it.
That's the way I've heard
Matt
it.
Corral.
Krall is
Matt Corral.
So very quickly, instead of corral or coral, like instead of corral, like you're here in the with some horses here in the South, you need to say corral as quick as you can. Say corral as quick as we're trying to help our fans. Tom, we're going to say this for years.
Corral.
So we're doing an extremely important job right now.
He's liable not be on the field.
He might not even make the team.
Who's their backup right now to Sam Bradford?
PJ.
Matt Corral.
Their backup might be Baker Mayfield.
Not now.
Hurry up and trade for him.
It's fell through, Tom. That's what we were just talking about.
I
had
know,
to trade
I
up
know.
to get
It's
this guy.
Not fell through all the way yet. Not yet. Not yet. There could still be a possibility. I think. You know what? I think Baker is going to be a Cleveland Brown next year.
No, they got 4. They're going to have 4 quarterbacks. You know what I think's happening is that the team decided they didn't want to give up this year's capital, and you'll get next year. You'll get a pick after the draft next year, second or third round next year, maybe fourth, second through fourth for next year's draft for somebody.
Who?
Don't know.
Well, the strategy may be hold on to him until somebody has an injury, and then they'll trade for him.
Obviously, but or do they tell him to stay home? Because mandatory in the contract, they're supposed to show up. So
I wouldn't tell him to stay home. I'd cut Brissett. Cut, the other guy they got from Pittsburgh.
And go with two quarterbacks.
Go with two quarterback. Well, he might keep Brissett too.
That would be $60 million in the quarterback position.
Oh yeah, that's way too much. But somehow they still have some cap space. So
With the report, think about how bad the media frames Baker in this light. Because remember, this is what he did last year. He got injured, right? And he played through it, right? And this was my thing, Terry, one of my issues I had with the Cowboys and how they did with Romo. They got injured. They don't let they just threw him. They threw him out. They didn't even let, thanks for playing. You don't even get a chance to come back healthy. They let Romo come back and play one drive. He marches down the field, scores a touchdown. I'll get out of there before you embarrass the rookie anymore. And then he didn't even get a chance to come back, who's been there for years. And what Baker did for the league, for the team, and then to just, now you're out of there. Like, it was weird seeing me watching Deshaun Watson sitting there with Bernie Kosar. I'm like, do you not know he's going to stab you in the back in 4 years or 3 years, just like they did Baker?
Yeah.
It's all coming. This is a business. None of these people care about the easy people anymore.
No, they
but
don't.
It just, there used to be an old adage, you don't lose your job to injury. And now you do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what was weird with the same with the Drew Brees. They're like, well, his arm's getting low. Let's put in Jameis. Well, how did that work out? Congratulations. Jameis can throw it 75 yards to nobody. Drew Brees can throw it 40 to everyone. Which one do you want? I mean, it's just silly to me. And then, so again, now what do you do? So Baker's in a bad situation. And what I was going to get at, this is how they framed it. Disgruntled Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. I just won the first playoff game in 30 years, and you just traded for a rapist, and you call me the disgruntled one. Whether or not whatever you think about Baker's attitude and how he acts and whatever it is, but to call him and frame him as the disgruntled one, yes, he's disgruntled. You just traded and embarrassed me after I played through an injury, won you a playoff game, and then you traded for a rapist.
They shouldn't have let him play.
That is very much an argument.
It's not his decision to play. That's the thing, and I know the way he is, but I would say, I'm playing. No, you're not. I don't care what the doctor said. No, you're not playing. We'll play. We're paying Case Keenum $10 million to be the backup. Might as well get a little mileage out of him. Maybe if he wins half his games and you can come back healthy at the end, we might be able to do something. I have no idea why they continue to let him play. I know he won. I know it was his choice, but it wouldn't have been, no. Throw a hissy fit. You're not playing. The whole thing was just been mishandled. And if you're going to, the one thing I don't understand is like, okay, well, you could say he's locker room issues. He's a problem in the locker room. Nobody likes him. You can't get along. So you trade for this guy who's going to bring you a different kind of negative press? I just didn't understand that. I mean, talent-wise, it's an upgrade, yes, but this ain't going away. I mean, he impressed him in the interview, but he's not impressing people in his depositions.
Deshaun Watson is accused rapist.
Yeah,
not a rapist.
So he's not doing very well. He's going to face no criminal charges.
Right.
But it doesn't mean he won't be suspended by the league. And they're saying that they're postponing it till after he might not face suspension till 2023.
So it was either all a big setup or a lot of it's true. It's with 20-something people. So either way,
he spends a lot of times in massage parlors by his own admission.
Right.
And that's not.
Which is fine getting massages. 100% great job. But you could also, you would think that the young man could find the women without having to pay for them.
Yeah, but I was
is that the issue?
also, I think that one of them wasn't even really a licensed massage therapist, and he went way out of his way to go see this one particular massage therapist.
Listen, Robert Kraft told him where to go, and he got the hookup. Tom,
man, I don't know. I mean,
is that
I don't
not
know.
the same issue, same situation?
I don't know. I mean,
Did they say we can't suspend Deshaun because Robert didn't get suspended? And
I would have been happier going if you're gonna get rid of him because the guy's a locker room issue. I'm fine with it. Go with somebody else for a year and then draft a guy. I just think it's just too much back. I don't want to say a guy's you're not convicted in a court of law, then you're not convicted in a court of law. But
100%.
it's just. I don't know.
It's a weird. The whole thing's a weird situation. I just think it's weird how they just framed him as the disgruntled quarterback. I'm like, yeah, he probably is. Well, All right, so Tom, they get them a wide receiver and a couple of defensive players. Then we'll get back to the Panthers and we'll finish here in Dallas in a second. But receiver on my ranks, I think it said like 15th best receiver, and that's third round. I guess they all went pretty quickly.
17 receivers went in the first 3 rounds.
2 Ohio State receivers in the first round.
Back to back.
Yeah, we'll go down the picks here
back
in a few moments.
Olave and Wilson, yeah.
And I was looking, they was, you get down to the 7th, 8th, 9th best player at the position, and you still got some players in number 1 in their position in the draft. I've always go with best available sometimes,
as opposed to 15th.
Yeah,
right. Well, Tom, the wide receiver defense, right, for the Browns. 2 defenders.
That guy from Purdue, and then they got the guy from UAB.
I'm going to read you guys the scouting reports if things quit moving around on my screen here. All right, so the cornerback, I don't know how I feel about this scouting report on this guy right now.
But the one that went 3? No, that's not.
This is third round.
I think they drafted him because of his size. He's a big corner.
And what your analysis on that by reading what I was about to say? I was about to say this, Terry. See what you think. Does this not sound like more of a safety than it does a corner when I read this?
But they want bigger corners.
He's tall, long, and he's slow though. He's tall, long, and strong. Press zone corner with slightly below average time speed. He redirects receivers at the line of scrimmage and shows good awareness in zone. He does a lot of holding and grabbing, and he's not a ball hawk. Is that a sentence you want written about your corner? He does a lot of holding and grabbing, he's not a ball hawk.
He's not going to start. He's going to be a nickelback.
His lone interception came as a freshman, but he separates receivers from the ball and has length to get late pass breakups. He's a physical run defender and a solid tackler who fights off blocks. Post-draft analysis, a big and physical man-to-man cover. Emerson was one of the most underrated players in this draft class. At 6'2", 200, he's a boundary corner that can play opposite of Denzel Ward. So, real quick, Tom.
Now, here's
does
my
that not
opinion.
sound like a safety?
Yeah.
Here's
my opinion. When I mentioned him and you read what you read, I'm like, if the wide receiver gets by him, I've got a safety got to play over. They got to play over with him because he's going to get beat.
Denzel has to be shut down no matter what, right?
Nah,
he's not going to be playing on the outside unless there's an injury.
He is a boundary corner.
He's not going to be playing there. They got 3. They got Williams still on the team, and they got Ward and Newsome. He's not going to.
So this guy's not even going to make your team?
He'll make it, but I think he'll be a slot. He'll play a little slot corner. I don't see him on the boundary.
You can't put slow in the slot. Slow and big. Tommy says he's a boundary corner. He's a zone corner. He's a cover 2 zone corner. They don't want him going
This is what you would be matching up. He's going to play a slot, and he's going to match up against CD
Tyreek Hill.
CD Lamb. Yeah, or Hill. Yeah. One of those is who's he's picking up.
I'm just saying, I don't see him playing on the outside.
The slowest corner in the draft's got Tyreek. No, what they'll do is they'll put him in.
Guess what? That's probably not going to work.
He'll have 15 yards in. He'll have first down marker in.
Yeah,
is what that
or
what
nickelback, something like that
is what that means.
I don't see him playing on the
defensive end from UAB. Alex Wright. Wright is a long and talented edge defender. Who now see this is position ranked Zach 7th. The last guy was like 16th. So Wright is a long and talented edge defender who can shoot his hands and walk back offensive tackles to the quarterback when he rushes the passer. He has room to grow as a pass rusher, but flashes as a hand fighter and has the speed to cross the faces of offensive tackles and bends well for his size. For you defensive end enthusiasts, you understood all that. Wright gets overwhelmed by double teams when he lines up head-to-head on the tackle, but he's effective setting the edge, playing outside tackle. Myles Garrett posted 16 sacks that last season. Free agent Clowney was the only other Browns pass rusher with more than 3. Winovich didn't record a sack with New England. Wright has the tool set to improve the pass rush this season and develop as a starter opposite to Garrett. Tom?
Well, yeah, you draft him because they haven't signed. Clowney's still a question mark. There's all this rumor mill that he's going to sign, but he hasn't signed
with
yet.
With him drafting there, is that 100% that he's not going to? Then you don't spend the 20 on
you
that.
You can never. I think defensive linemen are like defensive backs. I don't think you could have enough of them, Terry. I think you just.
That's what I'm saying. Just what's the price tag of not having 10 sacks say in a season? You know what I mean? Like good, but it's like the receiver's not getting 1,000 yards. Like the Jarvis Landry is. Is Clowney like a Jarvis Landry where he's good to have and he's good? And that's what we're about to talk about with David Bell. When I read this, it sounds exactly like Jarvis Landry. David Bell's a crafty route runner who's quicker than fast, separates underneath from underneath man, and has the football instincts to settle into windows, working against zone looks. He's a hands catcher with good body control. He holds on to the ball after taking big hits. Among the 32 receivers who ran the 40-yard dash at the combine, he was the second worst. He doesn't project as much of a big play threat as Jarvis Landry. So they replaced Clowney and Landry, boom and boom, right there. So position rank 15, David Bell of Purdue. There's your Cleveland Browns. Thoughts on him as I move over to the Panthers?
Well, they needed a wide receiver, and they went out and got one. But the guys, you're picking in the third round. You know what I mean? So your first wide receivers in the third round. You know you're going to get a marginal guy like that, some good, some bad. So I don't think it's a bad pick. I mean, if they
Terrell
don't,
Owens is available.
Who?
Terrell Owens.
Yeah, I heard he's coming back.
He caught a touchdown in the league he's playing in.
USFL?
No, it's the
way
controlled
down.
league. It's
Yeah.
arena. It's an arena league.
Yeah.
He caught a touchdown the other day.
Congratulations.
But go ahead, Tom. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm just saying.
Before we
I mean,
get
that's probably about the best you can get. You needed somebody who could play in the slot, and it sounds like that's where he's going to play, and we'll see how it works out. But you've got to. I'll tell you what. You better nail these third rounders, right, Terry?
Or you don't have any players.
You don't have any players. You gave away all your picks.
All right, first round draft pick, Carolina Panthers. We're going to have to talk with Terry and Zach on this one. Terry, tell us about this offensive lineman I'm about to read about, and I'll let you tell you what you think about him. Ekwonu, is that right?
Yeah. He's, as far as him go, he's a very good pass defender for North Carolina State. Very few guys got around him. Very good blocker. Shields very well when you got him on the outside. So, I mean, for Carolina, Dallas would have took this guy if he'd have remained there, but we knew he had been gone way before then. I think Carolina got a heck of a deal here.
Yeah. Before we got him at it was great.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, is that too high at 6?
No.
Not for a left tackle.
No.
It says Ekwonu is an aggressive run blocker with the power to knock defenders off the ball and drive them into the ground. In pass protection, he's extremely long and jolts rushers with a powerful punch. His pancake reel is outrageous. He sometimes oversets and needs to be more patient, but he has the foot speed, length, and strength to quickly develop into an effective starting tackle at the NFL level. That's what Steve Minch says, whoever that is. Post-draft analysis, even though the Panthers drafted Christensen a season ago in the second round, Ekwonu gives the team a day one starting tackle, left tackle, paired with Taylor Moton. The two give Panthers a formidable duo. The best run blocker in the draft, Ekwonu solidifies Carolina's blind side. Projected 1-year impact, day one starter. The Panthers needed a big-time attention opposite star right tackle Taylor Moton, and Ekwonu brings immediate impact at left tackle. Highly intelligent offensive lineman who will dominate day one in the run game and who has power, agility, and balance to become a great pass protector. So, Terry, any other final thoughts for us, Zach, about what he
the
thinks?
only thing I'm saying about Carolina is they impressed me by not going to get a quarterback.
Yes.
I love that right off the bat. You're trying to protect your quarterback, whoever it's going to be back there, and you went for an offensive lineman. You know, and I gave them a check from day one they picked him.
All right, Zach, your thoughts on the lineman there first before we talk about the quarterback?
I don't think they thought that he would be there, and I think when he was, they went ahead and got him a smart thing to do. They didn't reach for a quarterback, so I'm happy with him by all means. We hadn't had a left tackle in who knows when.
Well, it says the last thing. It says what sets him apart from other left tackles. Now remember, this is in total set. This is just one guy's opinion on this, obviously. Let's see. It says the last thing the Panthers expected was a choice between the top 3 left tackles, between him, Neal, and Cross. And what sets him apart from the other 2 is that whatever this means. Coach said he's a tone setter. New offensive coordinator Ben McAdoo wants to build around a powerful running game, and none of the tackles define that better than Ekwonu. So he's a human highlight reel of not only knocking over defenders but staying with blocks until the end. Ekwonu sums it the best on his style. He's violent in physicality, run blocker.
There's what I think is the difference from him from a lot of them. He doesn't give up on his tackle. Even when the play can be over, he finishes you off.
Yeah.
How many state games win this year?
State? Oh, we've won. As a matter of fact, in the college football history book of the last 3 years,
Is that what I asked?
North Carolina State has won as many games as 9 other teams. So there you go. So where does it come from? Protecting your quarterback, and he'll do that.
What
for
did he
Carolina.
just say? I don't understand what he just said.
I don't know. I was just going to say that.
What's Nate's record last
I was
year?
just going to say.
That's all I got to say.
That I agree totally with Zach. I thought that they might.
And me. I was on that list too, Tom.
And they might reach and try to get a quarterback. I'm surprised. Pickett went. Pickett's the first quarterback taken, right?
And he
by
went to Pittsburgh
Sure
at like
would.
20, 22, something like that.
Oh, I love the quarterbacks. I mean, Malik Willis and all of them, they thought they were never going to get picked.
Willis, I think, went the third.
Who got
84th.
Willis? Who got Willis?
Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
Okay.
84th
Which
or something
shocked
like
me
that.
a little bit.
Not to the fourth round.
Third
round.
Third round.
Yeah, we've
Late.
had 3 rounds.
Yeah.
The last 3 are
Third
today.
round. That's right. That's right.
Fourth, fifth, sixth. No, I think the last 3 are today.
It's confusing
last
the way
4
they do
today.
it now. It's just spread it out over so many days.
I was afraid was going to get Sam Howell.
Has he been drafted?
No, he's still the last quarterback.
Remember
on the
one
board.
time he is up to one of the first ones being picked.
Well, that's
what?
they said, like,
That shows you how bad the projectors
So I'm
are.
saying these people get paid. Like, I want one of these jobs where I can just be terribly wrong. Not even just be slightly wrong. Like he might be the top overall pick in the top 15. Some of those are saying it's the day fourth round here, Tom.
That's what I'm talking about. And Malik Willis was one of those that figured to go first, second, or third.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
He wound up going
84th or something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe to put a little chip on those boys' shoulders, and they'll have a
here's
little
the
bit
thing.
more motivation.
Quit doing that. Quit doing that to the guys.
Do you know what you call the guy who finished last in medical school?
A doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah.
So guys, you're going to be a football player. Just relax. You'll get to go out there. Matt Corral's got a chance to he's got just get a good chance. Anybody to start?
He
him?
does.
Does he not?
Yeah, he does.
Even I've never even seen him play.
You got to make it, and that's what he's on.
All right, so here's the let me read the take from ESPN. I don't even know who this person is. My take is outside of getting liberties Malik Willis, this was the best outcome for a team needing to add a young quarterback behind Sam Darnold. All Fitter gave up was a 4th round pick and next year's 3rd rounder for a player coach Matt Rule said. All they gave up was a 3rd round pick and a 4th round pick. Trading for the Browns, Baker Mayfield was an option if they had agreed to pick up a large portion of Mayfield's salary. But long-term Fitter wanted a rookie with a low salary to develop, as he did in Seattle with Russell Wilson.
Then that's going to make me really mad if the Browns do something like that and say, okay, well, we're going to pay $11 million of his salary if you take him. They better not do that. I mean, they better not do that.
That's what the rumors been, that they're going to pay some of it if they don't take
Because
it.
nobody wants him, Don.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, how can you trade for a quarterback and Baker's not part of that deal? I mean,
if nobody's going to want him, you can't just let him go. Yeah, like Tom said, you almost have to just deactivate him and just sit him there until
just sit
someone.
him there. Just sit him there until somebody has an injury, and then
I don't know
then
what
you
else
can
to do
make
at
a
this
trade.
point. Everybody's being
I'm going to tell you
silly. Everybody's
something
being
else.
silly about it, really.
Well, if you watch this draft.
We'll jump real quick, Dave. We'll jump through a ring of fire for a 4th round pick. There's a playoff winning quarterback that's available. Like he's got as many playoff wins as Lamar Jackson
in top 15.
What would they be giving up for Lamar Jackson right now?
That's what we're seeing. You have too many teams right now who are saying, I'm not paying all this money to this. I'm going to go over here and find me a rookie that I can pay for 3 years or, maybe 4 and get something out of him. And then when it's time for him and he wants more money, heck with him, buddy. I'm going back and get me somebody else.
I mean, think about it. If you're Matt Rule, your job is on the line. If you don't have a guarantee from ownership, you don't make this pick, do you? Yeah. Because he's got to win this year.
Yeah, he has to.
That's what we think, right? As a fans, don't you think he has to this year? Because if he don't have, or Zach, if he don't have a guarantee from Tepper that he's going to at least improve and be, what was y'all last year, 5 wins, get to 8 and 8 or 9? Like, I mean, why would Rule make this pick? This has to be a GM pick. If the GM's making it pick, then you're looking at Rule, and
Unless
Rule's
he
got
wants
to
to
be
get
like,
fired.
well, crap, I gotta this.
Maybe he wants to hit a batter because it's 98 degrees and he just wants to get fired. Maybe he wants to get fired.
That's Terry.
I don't
keep
think
his money.
I don't think. I mean,
Terry, that was so wildly crazy that I have to think about what Zach said to figure out, then add up what Terry said just to figure out. God,
but
Lee,
Kevin,
that was so stupid earlier.
you're operating. You guys are operating on the presumption that he's going to start. I don't think he's going to.
No. I'm operating on the assumption they just wasted a 3rd round pick. I know Sam Darnold's starting. What I'm saying is that if you're Matt Rule, you don't pick him unless you're assured I'm going to have time to develop him.
Do you
he's
not think
screwed.
what he did?
Well,
I think they picked him thinking they're going to trade for Baker.
You
Why
think
would
so?
you pick him?
No. I'm saying this is a GM's pick, not a coach. I think the coach, Rule wanted Baker. Because if you're Rule, you want the playoff winning quarterback to come in.
Because you don't have a time to wait on.
You got him and Darnold. I got to win this
but
year.
But is it not?
Either Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield's got to win me games. Yeah. If you're the GM, you're like, I don't want to pay Baker Mayfield $18 million when I can pay the rookie.
Right.
This is a 100% GM pick. It just said Federer.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Federer wanted a low salary to develop as he did in Seattle.
Yep.
This is a 100% GM pick. So Rule, this is a shot at Rule. You got your quarterback, make it work. So it's either Chapper's giving him 3 more years, no matter what,
and they might be setting it up,
or they're doing. You've got to win if Sam Darnold this year, or you're out, and then now you got a new coach
on a rookie deal.
Hey, watch this, guys. Who's Corral's quarterback in college? Not quarterback.
Coach.
Who was Corral's coach in college?
Yeah,
Lane Kiffin. Welcome to Charlotte next year, boys and girls. Tommy, he's coming on down. Yes, he is.
Everybody,
Matt Rule's going to get fired. Watch Matt Rule get fired because Sam Darnold will win 7 games and not have a winning record. They'll bring in Lane Kiffin to coach his quarterback to Carolina. Zach, you ready for Lane Kiffin there?
No.
I don't think that. I think that's a little.
You'd have to pair him
Terry,
with.
is that not real?
Hey,
they do it all the time.
He went and got one college. He'll go back and get another.
And he gave him 7 years.
There's a 4'11" quarterback in Arizona because the coach used to be his coach in college.
He's not 4'11".
Do you think Tapper's going to stay with
You're
Rule?
such a jerk sometimes.
I just wanted to make the
You're
point.
Such a jerk.
That they drafted him drafted him at like 7 and 8's fine. But he got drafted number 1 overall and has the same agent as the coach. That's what I'm saying. This could be one of those situations where
Kyler Murray's pretty good.
Lane,
he's pretty good. I mean, I know he's not big.
He's neat.
He's pretty good.
He's fun watch. He's a good tick. He's a little LaMelo Ball of
he's Muggsy.
of the NFL.
Muggsy.
I bet Kyler Murray's taller than you, Kevin.
He probably is. That's why I'm not in the NFL. He should be either.
4'11". Come on, out of body. What a jerk. What a jerk.
Okay, so I misspoke. I said 4'5". Misspoke. So anyway, Zach, so that's where I feel where you guys are. Either Tepper gave him said, look, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 years to develop her, or it's you got to win with Sam Darnold.
They're trying to. You look at what we picked up and stuff like that. We built some good stuff this year. Or even last year, they were building. And we started off 3-0, and then train fell off the tracks. And
I like going back to the pick though. That's why I like to get linemen because that guy's probably going to be with your team
for a long time.
When we did this last time, we did something like this. It was Jordan Gross, and he was a guard. He wasn't the left tackle, but still, we kept him for what ever.
Yep.
Another one was the Cleveland guy, Joe Thomas. That they picked him. Didn't reach for a quarterback. They could have reached it. Remember, they needed a quarterback that year. That's the year they got Brady
Quinn.
Brady Quinn. They could have reached and got Brady at that spot if you remember that whole deal. And they said, no, we're going to take Joe Thomas. And thank goodness they did. They had him
and he's Hall of Famer
for years. So I'm good with, trying to shore up because that's gonna be protecting your quarterback, whoever it is, for the future.
Yeah.
And you always got to have a left tackle. We ain't had a left tackle in Charlotte. I can't tell you who we've had. That was good.
Yeah.
And overall, though, I like the way the teams went with offensive linemen, defense. Didn't try to get cute. You know what I mean? Get you a good solid player.
I'm still surprised that the wide receivers come off the board in the first round like they did. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it was like 5 in the first round, 5 or 6, and that's kind of odd.
That's the NFL now, though.
But everybody needs 6-7 wide receivers.
Maybe they all want them on rookie deals because they want to get them now, so they don't have to pay $30 million.
Well, look what you're paying Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I wonder if that had a lot to do with it.
Look what you're paying.
Talking about the wide receivers coming off with the wide receiver pay going up so much. People want to keep.
Is that why everybody drafted them?
It's possible.
And you know what? I was wondering when was the first running back taken?
End of the first. Very end of the pull it up, Kevin. I want to think it was. Like 28, 29, 30th, something like that.
Remember when we were kids and it was always like the running back would be number 1 overall, but that's not even – if one goes in the first round, it's almost surprising now. Unless it's like –
They're not valued.
No, because they don't last long.
Where'd he go? Where'd they wind up going, Kevin?
Second
round?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
we
Brees
didn't have a
Hall-
running back in the first round. Wow. No running backs in the first round.
17 wide receivers in 3 rounds.
Yeah.
It's got to be the pay scale. It's got to be the pay scale.
Well,
That's too many coaches playing Madden. It's getting silly. Listen, you don't need. We know and we've seen over the years. You don't need the leading rusher in the NFL, but you got to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
You can't just come out there and throw it around.
Well, they do the same thing a lot of times too. They're doing the same thing in NFL that they're doing these other things where they call they're trying to set up these algorithms and all this, whatever you want to call these things that they do. But remember when they were saying for a long time we're not going to pay running backs the money, and then we're not going to pay wide receivers, and now one guy goes and then everybody's going to follow suit and pay somebody $30 million.
It's so they're the running backs, it seems to me, are the ones that have been trapped / hurt the most by their CBA or whatever it is. So, for example, their probably primes are really 20 to 25, right? Well, if you're in college, you're losing one of those, if not 2 of those, to your years. If you get hurt in college, now you're losing 3 of those getting paid. Then you go to the NFL, like you remember with Zeke, Terry. After was the second, same thing with McCaffrey, second, third year, they're asking for money and to tear up their rookie contracts because now we're 4 or 5 years into 152, 300 carries in my body, and I've only been paid for one of them. It's how they have to be fit. They have to feel. So their age range is different to me than wide receivers can play till they're almost 40. But running backs we see all the time that they're 2-3 years on average and are out.
There's no Walter Paytons. There's no Emmitt Smiths. There's none of them guys anymore.
We don't. And Terry, half of I don't know if it's we should have those guys. Is what's bad about it. I don't think these coaches commit to the run at all. And you've seen Jason Garrett over the years sit there and with Romo, where it's Dak, whoever it is, never commit to the run. Tom, you sit there with Nick Chubb and watch him get 15 carries in a game, and you're just like, he needs 10 more. What are we doing here?
The Green Bay game sticks out in my mind when they were running the ball, and all of a sudden they want to throw 4 straight times and got beat.
Averaging 6-7 yards a carry, guys. I mean, it's not like that means if he gets 3, the next one he's getting 13. Like, come on.
That's why Deebo Samuels is pushing his way out of San Francisco, is because he don't want the body to take the toll. He wants to play longer.
He don't want to be a slot. He wants to be a solid wide receiver where somebody else has that slot position.
Because the longevity of them is gone.
McCaffrey's going to. That's what I said, Tom. Might as well offer him Baker for McCaffrey so that it doesn't eat into their cap space at all. And then now we move him to slot. He play out there that
we got a problem with McCaffrey. I was one of the ones that don't give him the money.
You're in a issue with him. You're right.
I gave him way too much money.
Well, Zeke got too much money too.
Zeke
So
got
I mean,
too much money.
And once that starts happening, now what have we seen?
Right.
Now we're seeing wide receivers get $30 million.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Come on, y'all.
Somebody think about it. The average wide Terry, if you catch 100 balls in a season, divide that by 17, that's 5 catches a game barely, right? Or 6 catches a game. You're paying someone $20 and $30 million for 6 touches. That's why I'm like, you can give Nick Chubb 25 times.
Think of that, y'all. Think of it.
Or we're paying somebody $20 million to get 6 touches a game tops. If you get 10 catches at a game receiver, that's awesome.
Yeah,
and it's right. It is weird. It's like the offenses. They're almost like the NBA offenses. It's not like they're getting more. They're not even getting more points, but they think they are.
Doing it
they're
different ways,
spreading
faster.
around. They're spreading it around faster, but they're not actually getting more points. It's the same number of points. And then Terry, instead of one guy like Herman Moore or Michael Irvin getting 150 catches, it's getting spread out among these other guys. And Zach, I did read one thing about Corral I wanted to point out here in a second. And I'm gonna go find his thing in a minute. Yes. So he is an RPO quarterback. And also I'm gonna read some other stuff. Finish it off. He isn't polished. He has physical skills to challenge defenses with his arms and legs. Smart board, here it is, so people at home can follow along. And leadership is a strength. There's no pressure to rush him in a starting role, as Darnold can do the job with a revamped line. They still need to add a edge rusher, some other thing. Add an edge rusher, linebacker, safety, and perhaps a defensive back or tight end. But they have filled their 2 biggest needs with left tackle and quarterback there. I wanted to click on his name because I thought I saw the overall draft part in the set right here. And let me read it to you because I did see a different analysis earlier that I wanted you to hear. There's Kenny Pickett. That's not who we're looking for. Matt Corral. All right. This is what I wanted to read you, Zach. It says his release is lightning quick.
I think it's faster than the draft. Which
lightning
is good.
Quick and we'll break this down in a second. And it may be really good, and you may have a steal, you may not. We'll see how it comes out, though. But there's something I'm worried about in this, and I'll read it to you. Corral's release is lightning quick, and he gets a good zip on his passes. He creates run after catch opportunities with his pinpoint short to intermediate accuracy. His deep accuracy has always been hit or miss, and he doesn't show great feel for adjusting trajectory to drop the ball in. That is the most important sentence I just read there. In the NFL, if you can't do that, you're going to get picked off. You've got to be able to throw in trajectory, drop it over those dropping linebackers, dropping defensive ends, drop anybody. They drop Warren Sapp. They drop the defensive tackles now. But that's one thing, Terry, that I thought Romo was fantastic at, was throwing it right over. It's like a basketball pass right over the defender to a guy, in the post. He's throwing it over the guy and dropping it in. And that right there, it kind of worries me. He can work on it. Maybe they can work on it. But to me, that means he's probably trying to throw darts on the arrow. But he says he doesn't have a good deep ball. So if you don't have a good deep ball and you can't throw it over a guy and be accurate with it, all you have is the guy has to be wide open and you put it on him, right? Or just slightly throw it ahead of him. He says he can lead him, but that kind of worries me if you can't throw it over somebody. The guy's got to be open, right?
I'm going to say this, and I don't know how they ever did Dak, but I think Dak would have been – but Dak could throw it deep. But I think Dak was about the same type. Dak, when he first come in, you was wide open. He never threw to you if you was covered hardly. And Dak's got better at that as his years in the NFL has progressed.
That's something Cam never did.
So,
It says they drafted by the best player available and managed to get a potential developmental quarterback. Shouldn't be a surprise if Corral pushes veteran Sam Darnold with his arm strength and dual threat ability. Rule was rumored to be comfortable with Corral in the pre-draft process and now has him in the locker room. So, Zach, there's your
was it an ACL he tore in that game? I can't remember what the injury
It was a leg. I'm 100% sure that
All right, real quick, we've got to finish up draft because we've got to get to the playoffs. Let's see, go back to the top of the draft. Are y'all surprised by the number one pick? Did they make a mistake there?
It was
not picking Hutchinson.
Yeah, it was a question. They thought Hutchinson. It was a Hutchinson guy, the second from Michigan. They thought he should
ended
win
up going
to the Lions.
To the Lions, so he gets to stay in Michigan. So
terrible,
they're gonna sell
terrible
a lot of jerseys.
Is he from Michigan?
I don't know if he's
If he
from
is, that's
there.
got to be a bad deal.
And the crazy thing is, you
grow up there. Hey, I'm going to go to Michigan. I love Michigan. Man, I'm going to see the world. Detroit Lions.
Some people like to stay home.
Come on down. Yeah, but it's
He's
Detroit.
in a
It's
dome.
Michigan.
I'm surprised the two cornerbacks
Might as well
went
say
through
stay
third and
home.
fourth. That's unusual.
Detroit's had a revitalization there, Kevin.
Yeah, they'll be better this year.
Of course, they do have.
Not.
I did see a website that said the ruins of old Detroit.
I don't
Looks
know
like
any of these-
ancient Rome.
I don't know
all
any of these guys.
abandoned buildings.
Panthers getting 6. How about the Giants? 2 picks at 5 and 7 with a defensive end and a tackle tear. They got
Nothing wrong with
And
that.
they did not pick up the fifth-year option on the quarterback.
Hey, that could be a trade landing spot, Tom. Think about the press with Baker Mayfield in New York.
Oh God,
They're going to see how it goes with him, but they didn't pick up his fifth-year option.
Ohio State receivers go back-to-back at 10 and 11. Wilson and Olave. Did I say that right? Olave?
Yep.
I mean, think of all the picks Detroit had up at the front. I mean, you got to get better, do you not?
No. Well, they had to get a pick up front every year.
2-12. I know.
Yeah, but I mean, what he had, like 3
They did.
up at the front.
You've got Kenny Pickett, the first quarterback, going to 20. So Pittsburgh gets their quarterback. So last year or 2 years ago, Terry, if you'd have told me that the Browns would have Deshaun Watson and the Steelers would have a guy from Pittsburgh back in town, I don't know what everybody thinks about the quarterbacks. We'll see how this goes. All right, JP, we got to get a break. We got to get back. We got 4 playoff series to break down. We'll be back in a minute at KTCBroadcasting.com.
Family owned and operated, proudly serving Shelby and the surrounding area with the finest in heating and cooling for your home or business. We're talking about Shelby Heating and Air. And right now, they have an exclusive spring special on Carrier, Goodman, and Mitsubishi systems. Get exclusive Shelby Heated and Air discounts of up to $750. Yes, discounts on quality heating and cooling systems of up to $750. Online at ShelbyHeating.com. See their page at WhatsUpShopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Located at 1990 Eves Road in Shelby.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
We are cup racing and the green flag is out.
Returns to the Monster Mile.
Travel up in turn number 3. Eric Almirola up and into the outside wall. Boy, he hit it a ton.
For 400 laps of intense racing action.
Alex Bowman up off turn number 4. Looks to Shannon Bednarik, sees the checkered flag in the air.
It's the Duramax Dryden 400 presented by Relodyne.
The Duramax Dryden 400 Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL. 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com. Yes, tiny homes are legal in North Carolina, and right here in our area is the state's #1 dealer for tiny homes. That's Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville. Models are on the lot now for sale. 8 to 10 week delivery for custom design. They've got the plan you're looking for, from 672 square foot homes up to 1,124 square foot homes with lofted space and even an upstairs bedroom if you like. Get your new tiny home today from Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes, 2268 Lincoln Highway 150 East in Cherryville. Online at blessedbuildings-tinyhomes.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too. Now is the time to get your new 2021 Volkswagen Jetta from Classic Volkswagen in Gastonia. Right now, get low 1.9% APR financing for 60 months. Your payments as low as $281 per month. Come on in for all the details. And congratulations to Classic Volkswagen for being a Carfax top-rated dealer and the winner of the 2022 Consumer Satisfaction Award. Classic Volkswagen of Gastonia, online at classicvwgastonia.com. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
James River delivers free fuel with the purchase of any 1 through 4 Series John Deere tractor and 2 implements. Keep your property maintained with a grapple or front-end loader, or tackle mowing with an AutoConnect mower deck or rotary cutter, all with $250 in free fuel from James River Equipment. For details, visit jamesriverequipment.com/free fuel. James River delivers. Ends 5/31/2022. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Have you been having trouble purchasing a new vehicle because of your credit? If so, head to Eric Johnson Auto Sales of Cherryville. Chances are they can help you with your credit with easy financing. You get lender approval, and most vehicles at Eric Johnson Auto Sales in Cherryville carry a 3-month, 3,000-mile certified warranty at no extra cost, plus a complimentary 2-year maintenance package good for 5 free oil changes and more. See Eric Johnson Auto Sales, 3629 Tryon Courthouse Road, right outside of Cherryville. Online at ericjohnsonautosales.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com.
Thanks for help bringing the economy back, one local purchase at a time.
Kind of uplifts you and you feel better.
It's the greatest comeback of all time.
Shop local with whatsupshopper.com, Carolina Country, and The Boss.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
Hey, and Saturday Morning Sports Talk brought to you by Shelby Heating and Air. Give them a call, 704-487-7877 for your heating and air needs. Check them out online, shelbyheating.com. Kevin.
All right, instead of a trivia question, because I couldn't come up with a good one, we're going to do this. If you want Kenny Chesney tickets in the next 20 minutes, you have to call the station, and I need the third caller, and all you have to say is, I love JP when he picks up the phone. And the third person that calls and says, I love you, JP, will be the winner of the Kenny Chesney concert tickets. Okay? So giving away Kenny Chesney concert tickets tonight in Charlotte. The beautiful man on television, JP, smile at the camera. All you have to do is call and tell him that you love him. Say, I love you, JP. 704-435-2845.
Player.
704-435-2845. 704-435-2845. If you want Kenny Chesney tickets, call the station and tell JP you love him. Say, I love you, JP. I want Kenny Chesney. All right, 704-435-2845. Call JP. Tell him you love him for Kenny Chesney tickets. All right, NBA.
Okay, can I have 1 minute?
No,
1 minute.
We've got like
I know.
six left.
I just need 1 minute.
Oh my God.
You got more than 6 minutes, Kevin. Go ahead.
All right. This is all I want to say. Jaylen Brown, 36 out of 73, shot 49.3%. Jason Tatum, 36 out of 79, shot 45.5%. Kyrie Irving was 28 out of 63, shot 44.4%. And dead last, Durant shot 32 out of 83, 38.5%. We let one guy try to shoot too much, and he could not lead his team, and Boston prevails over the Nets to move on.
All right, that was neat.
Thank
you. Totally misread that completely. And I'll break it down for you because I've got my own stats. So I knew Terry would have his. As far as that goes, we all knew Boston plays defense and Brooklyn does not correctly, right?
We all knew that.
Right. Kevin Durant in his career's averaged 17 shots attempted per game. My one problem with him, has always been that he doesn't take enough shots, Terry. In this series,
So he shot too many times.
No,
15 more shots than what he should have took.
No, I ain't even finished talking.
Okay.
My contention is he should take 25 to 30 shots a game in the playoffs. He averaged only 21 shots. So he didn't shoot enough. Again, he didn't shoot enough. I don't care what percentage you're talking about. The same thing with Michael, Zach. No matter how bad he shot, would you say, you know what? John Paxson's hitting 50% from the field. Let's let him take all the shots in the fourth quarter. Or do you run the offense through Michael? Right. That's all I'm saying with that. Now, Terry, your percentages was, I broke it down even further. Durant averaged exactly what he did from the free throw line, exactly what he did from the three-point line as he does in his career. Now, in the field, he was 39%. He usually averages 49%, but I broke that down. For someone who only shoots 17 to 20 shots per game, that breaks down as one missed shot extra per half than he did in his entire career. So Boston Celtics defense caused one shot missed per half by Durant in his career. My contention, of course, is always that he should shoot more. So if he shot 5 more times, he'd have made that shot, and we'd be fine on his end. He averaged 3 points less in his career than he did in this season. Averaged 29 in the season, 26. Their average loss in the series was 4.5. Okay? Now, Kyrie Irving, on the other hand, averaged 27.5 this season. He averaged 21 in the series. So Kyrie got 6 points less per game than he averaged on the season. Durant got 3 points less. They lost by 4.5 points. So again, Durant did everything he was supposed to do except take more shots, and Kyrie took too many shots and scored less.
The deal.
So basically, it's Kyrie's fault.
No. It's not Kyrie's fault. It's the Boston Celtics' fault for being a good team right now. They've got 2 fantastic wings. They've got a good defender at point guard.
Tatum's really good. And
we all knew going in the series.
Good.
Well, what we all knew going in the series is Brooklyn doesn't play defense.
No.
And Kyrie is something else.
He's a weirdo.
He's different.
He's a weirdo.
Remember, they traded someone who averages 20 points a game. Make sure you get their email address.
He can play. I just think he plays for himself.
Right.
He's a weirdo.
So that he plays the point guard style again, and that doesn't lead to helping other teammates. But when did they win it? LeBron was the point guard, right? Basically, Kyrie's a shooting guard. He's the Allen Iverson of this generation. To me, that's who he is. He's the Allen Iverson. So again, Boston across the board played great defense. They sent double team after Durant, forcing the other ones to shoot and score. And Kyrie didn't show up at all. He was
we're
not
blaming
there.
it on Kyrie.
Terry, I'm going to say this again. One guy averaged 29 and got 3 less. The other guy averaged 27 and got 6 less. They lost on average by 4.5. How do you blame the one guy?
But your guy shot 38.9%.
Just because you hate him doesn't mean it.
No,
that's how the math
I never
works.
said I hate the guy. I'm
Terry,
just
I said
saying.
Right. You made him shoot 1 I just told you. He missed 1 shot less per half. So it's your fault. Not again, Tom. The guy who scored 26 a game and missed one shot less per half, you didn't help us win.
But
the guy who's got 6 points less.
He only scored that many because he got some.
But
Kevin
this
Durant
guy,
he got some Kevin Durant.
This guy we keep talking
Michael
about,
Jordan,
was turning the ball over multiple
You're right.
times.
You're right. He's not the point guard.
And
over 20-some times he gave the ball to Boston.
If you watch the game, he missed a critical free throw.
Oh, poor.
He missed a critical.
Tom, you know what he shot in the free
No,
throws?
when pressure was
He missed
on
his last
him,
one. He was 10 for 10.
When pressure was on
10 for 10
him,
in the
he
last game.
could not perform.
In the series, Kevin Durant went 34 of 38 from the free throw.
But one was critical. I'm just telling you.
Okay. You're right. And I don't know what. Again, we've spent 10 minutes on this because I knew we would. But then we just wait. We're not even going to talk about the second round because I don't know why the adults in this room are so hateful.
I'm not hateful.
Hold on, no. Let me finish what I'm saying. Don't interrupt me. To a number 7 seed fighting against a number 2 seed. How many world championships did the Boston Celtics have?
Preseason, Brooklyn was supposed to win.
Terry, that's when they had James Harden on the team.
Yeah, you're right. And y'all got rid of him, and that's what
Who's
killed
y'all?
Y'all got rid of him.
Again, the guy who only got 10 points in the game, Kyrie Irving, y'all don't blame him. Who got 6 points on average, you don't blame him. So basically, remember, was their starting small forward in the series, Joe Harris. No, he didn't play this year. They traded Harden for another power forward who didn't come. So they're missing 2 starters, and the leading scorers out there scoring only 3 points less. They lost by 4.5, only missed 1 shot a half less on double teams. And for some reason, I don't know why you hate them so much that we want to just say, it's your fault, dude. You missed a critical You missed a critical free throw after making 34 of 38. Does Shaq ever make 34 of 38 in any of that? Now let me finish. In a first-round series, talking about a 2-time finals and league MVP, and we're throwing this guy under the bus again, for a first-round loss. Shaq has been swept 5 times in his career. This is the first time it happened to Durant, missing 2 starters. Now, when can we go to the second round?
Okay. This is how I'll end
Because this is just silly.
No.
Y'all are grown men here.
I'm
Is
talking.
this harangue
No.
over yet?
Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm
What's your
talking
point?
about
I just want to know
a
what your
guy.
final point is.
I'm talking about a guy making $50 million a year.
Right.
That's the final question right there. You know what? It is your fault. Period. You're making $50 million a year. That's more than anybody in the NBA.
Now, if the Celtics win this series, will I assume that we will get the next 2 weeks of 40 minutes of Terry hating Giannis? Because he's missing his starters. He's by himself. He's bigger and stronger than Kevin Durant.
We're just lucky that we're playing
Now you're
them.
like, what,
No,
JP?
no.
Email. That's why I said get his email. This isn't hard. Yes, let's interrupt the show because we can't just listen. Now, again, second round. Let's go to another series because we can't have. I just don't understand why we just can't have a regular conversation about anything, and just for some reason we just can't say. What math are we looking at? Where we say this guy scores 6 less points, but it's your fault for missing 1 free throw, and you made 34 of 38.
I didn't say
that's what you just.
I said
you
he
missed
missed
a
a
critical free throw.
He did.
Tom,
it's a fact.
Well, in a down 3-0, which free throw is the critical one?
It's a good
Which free throw is the critical one in the 3-0
It's a
game?
valid point. I'll give you that, Ken. It's a valid point.
After making 34 of 38.
At that particular moment, it was critical. That's all I'll say.
I think this is what y'all need to do. Seriously. Watch a game on mute one time. Because everything I hear from you guys is the same thing I can hear on ESPN. I don't even have to. It's the same thing.
I'm not mad at him. I'm mad because he's a $50 million guy that you think your whole life has to go through.
I don't understand what that means.
Well, that's why Brooklyn got him, because Kevin Durant, nobody can stop him. Boston stopped everything he could do.
27 points a game, Terry.
Yeah, and averaged over 20-some turnovers.
Kevin, I didn't say that.
20-some turnovers.
Terry's not a point guard.
This is
He's
your
getting
elite
double
guy.
teamed. Right.
All I'm saying is,
Do you
I thought
know
he
that
played
Michael
pretty-
Jordan shot worse than Durant did in 3 series? I looked it up. I've got it. I didn't want to pull it out. In 3 series, now after he came back, 2 of them in the 90, 2 of them in the year they won 72. He had 2 worse shooting games than Durant did, and the one y'all hated him on still win the finals. I know he didn't. They're good. Right. Yeah. He's not. That's the point. He's good. That's all I'm saying is he's good. And to say the psycho point guard who didn't play half the year, who didn't show up in the playoffs, who got ragged by the fans, how we're not talking about him, I will never understand in my life.
Yeah, because the state told him he couldn't play in their state.
Just think about this. Think about this. The guy who scored 6 points less and got rattled by the fans is not at fault, but not the superstar who gets double teamed every play.
I think
only missed
criticized.
1 shot more per half.
He's getting criticized because he's the highest paid guy in the NBA.
Okay.
You were paying him too much.
What about LeBron? Should he get paid less too?
I mean, that's the bottom line.
You never apply anything to Durant than you do anyone else, Terry. That's the problem. I don't know why. What do you want? What do you want to do? So your argument, you just said that Brooklyn should cut his pay. Is that the only argument we got? Is
they
that what
were
we're talking
preseason
about? I thought we were talking
#1.
about playoffs. Now Brooklyn should cut his
Yeah,
pay. You're right.
Preseason #1.
GMs voted on it, and I got the stat here too.
Yeah.
78% of GMs had Brooklyn Nets as the champion. The other 21% and one guy voted differently. The other 21% had the Lakers,
who didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 99%, 31 of the 32 or 29 of the 30 NBA GMs picked the Nets or Lakers based on their talent. And
I never did understand the Lakers because they were old.
Well, Anthony Davis didn't play this year. I mean, some of this takes into account.
You're
take
right.
injuries into
You're
account on
talking
any of it.
Westbrook, and I mean,
Harden's not there. Ben Simmons ain't there. Joe
21
Harris ain't
games.
there.
Yeah.
But he missed a free throw down 3-0. Holy Christmas.
He did miss a critical free throw.
Now, again,
I missed 2 in game 2.
Terry said he wanted 1 minute. Terry, he did.
Back to back.
Terry said he wanted 1 minute. He wanted 1 minute, and he had 11 there.
I didn't.
So I'm getting 1 minute on this because you went Chris Paul on a minute ago.
14 out of 14.
You're right. He is historic. He had a historic night, Tom. Did you get this?
Yeah,
one?
I saw that. It was crazy.
This was crazy. He's the first player in NBA All-Star, first NBA All-Star since LeBron in 2011 to score under 10 points in the playoffs. Oh, is that not the one y'all wanted to talk about? Is that not the game y'all wanted to talk about?
When the game was on the line, though, he didn't miss. When the game was on the line, he didn't miss.
In game 4.
Wasn't a critical free throw.
Now, last week we were talking about Chris Paul, and I made the point. Here's my point on Paul. He's a great second fiddle. He is not the best player. When Devin Booker's out, they're going to get beat.
He's made everybody better everywhere he went.
Terry, how many Western Conference Finals has he played in?
That doesn't matter. He's made every team that he's went to better, and he hasn't had all the stars around him like Kevin Durant and LeBron. He does not have all of that with him. He had got Devin Booker. That's it. Name me another elite guy off that team.
James Harden was the last star he played with.
Okay, one guy. That's what we're going to. One
Blake
guy.
Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, the whole Clippers team that he played with was stars. Terry, he's been to 2 Western Conference Finals in 14 years. To say he makes everyone better is just ridiculous. What is he? Okay, if he needs a medal for making the 12th seed, 11th seed, or 7th seed, let's do it. Give him the medal. But to sit here, again, in Game 4, without Devin Booker, the series on the line, he goes 4 points. 4 in the series on the line. It makes 2-2 against a team who didn't even win 500. You want to rag on the play-in team? They almost lost to the Pelicans. They were 2-2 to the Pelicans. And then what did the Suns do? Oh, Devin Booker, please come back. Chris Paul's going to get us swept in 4 straight games by the Pelicans. And they don't even have Zion. That's what's going to happen. They brought him back. Now, Let's go to the second round. That was my points. Now, second round. Suns against the Mavericks. Suns should win as long as Devin Booker is there. The Mavericks will win every game Devin Booker is not there. Now, that's what I believe. Other than that, Terry, do you have any other thoughts on that one?
Our Suns will win that. You're playing the Mavericks.
What's the extent of Booker's injury? What's the extent? Do you know?
It's a hammy.
A hamstring. Okay,
That's
so
a
those
lingerer.
things come
That's
and
a
go.
lingerer.
Yeah, those things.
If this was the 90s and somebody had a hammy, every time he went by, he'd get Charlie horsed.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody would. Give
How can you
Suns have the better point guard.
How can you just totally discount Dallas though? I don't think
Suns
we can totally
have the
discount
best
them.
point guard. They also probably got the best center at Aiden because Dallas ain't got nobody match up with him. And if Booker plays, that's another check for them because they don't have nobody to match up with
I
him.
wouldn't discount him. I'd say this one might be a little tighter than you think.
4-2.
Maybe.
I'm going to say this one's as tight as Devin Booker's hamstring.
I think it is. You know,
4-3.
I think that's a good
but
point.
I don't know who I'm going to choose on that. I'm saying it's going to go 7.
Yeah. I
because
think
unless he's healthy. If he's healthy, it's probably 4-2.
Yeah.
No, I like Donnie. I like him. I like how he plays. He talks trash. He plays the game.
Is he completely healthy though? He's
he's
they won without him though.
Yeah.
They did. They won without him.
Who?
They won without Luka.
Oh, yeah. I don't see how. Brunson's playing his butt off. Is what's happening.
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, because you look at their lineup, they don't have anybody to identify with. Honestly, I mean,
that's why
I looked it up when they won. I'm like, how could they win that without Luka?
Averaging 27 in the playoffs. Spencer Dinwiddie's the next.
They've lost like 9 straight to Phoenix. I mean, we're kind of questioning will they win one?
That's what I'm saying. That if Booker's playing, we'll see.
If Booker's not playing, it's close. I'm telling you, it's close.
It's 4-2 if Booker doesn't play. Every game he doesn't play, they win.
Well, that's why I said 4-2, and I'm giving them 2 games because, like I said, they've lost the last 9 they've
Might
played.
be 4-1. I don't know. All right, the other one in the West, Warriors. Not the Pelicans.
I don't even think we have to look at their opponent.
You don't think so?
No.
They're playing the Grizzlies probably.
Yes, Grizzlies won last night.
Grizzlies struggled against Timberwolves.
Whoever Desmond Bain is had 23 points. Edwards, the next star of this league, had 30 last night. So that's the he'll be ready. I think his biggest problem is right now is Cat is a moron. That dude is. There's something not there. He's not grown up yet. Maybe he's not a moron.
He's passive.
He's not. I don't know if he's an adult yet. That's what I worry about that. All right. So Golden State and Memphis. None of y'all are picking Ja Morant.
No, he's a good player.
Will they win one game?
Yeah, they'll win one.
Yeah.
If he goes off, they could win one.
He had one heck of a dunk the other day.
He did over every single player.
I mean, he was up at the guy's head. Yeah.
All right. Philadelphia and Miami.
Oh, that's over now.
No Joel Embiid.
Oh,
yeah, Lord. It's over. That's probably.
Well, I read out indefinitely.
Yeah, I can't.
Indefinitely.
How in the world can you go if you're out?
He's got a
30-point guy, 15 rebound guy.
He's got
and
a ligament.
You don't have him.
He's got a ligament in his shooting hand.
Ooh.
He's got a orbital fracture and he's got a concussion.
Miami's
even if he comes back, what's he going to give you?
I didn't know about the finger.
Remember after the game that he won at the buzzer. He got hit, and he was the ligament, and he said, "I'm gonna make it through the playoffs." And then he comes out next game and gets the orbital fracture.
So, are we going to go through get to
4-1,
3 series that are 4-1, and maybe a battle in Boston, maybe?
Middleton will hurt them. The only thing I like about Boston playing them, we got Thesis, we got Williams, and we got Horford. So we've got 3 guys to throw it down at him.
Milwaukee played better in the Chicago series without Middleton.
They did.
So that's kind of interesting. They scored. They blew it up.
We just have to match up with Lopez, and Lopez can play some games.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He is the all-time. Isn't he the all-time scoring leader in the Nets history or something crazy like that?
Yeah.
He was.
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Didn't Durant pass him?
Yeah. I don't think Durant has. Harden might have. I don't think any of them passed him. I think he still is.
Okay.
He may have. I just wanted to check on, make sure that Tom, you keep this same energy in this series when Giannis shoots 71% from the free throw line. Just remember this.
Just don't miss a critical free throw, buddy.
When he goes, that's what's 71% of 38. So when he goes 25 of 38.
Kevin,
you remember that?
I will criticize him. I will criticize him if he misses a critical free throw.
34 of 38, Tom.
But he missed a critical one. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah,
Kevin.
and Zach said he
Kevin,
missed 2
I'm
back-to-back.
not saying he's terrible like Terry does.
I'm
just
not saying he's terrible. I'm saying he's a $50 million man.
Kevin Durant.
It's on you.
I don't know. I just
The series is on
he
you.
and Kyrie's body language there. It just seemed like they were just.
Kyrie don't make $50
They were just
million.
out of it. You know, they were just out of it. Kyrie makes a lot.
He don't make $50 million.
Kyrie makes a lot.
So
Might be safe to say they're both number 2.
So Steph Curry, Steve Nash, and Mark Price are the top 3 free throw shooters in NBA history. The only 3 who shot 90% in their careers.
Yeah.
Curry, Nash, Mark Price. Durant is 14th, and he shot at 34 out of 38. Tom is 1% better than his career average.
He just needs to hit the one when he has to.
8-4-9-7. Actually, that would have ranked 4th behind only the 3 guys in NBA history: Curry, Nash, and Mark Price.
Got to hit your.
God forbid, go 38 of 38, Durant, or Tom is going to order you a Guardian shirt and mail it to you. 4 of 38.
He's still pretty good.
I love you guys. You're funny. You're just funny. Y'all are funny.
I just think they were just. I don't know. Kevin,
overmatched this series.
I think it was the intangibles too. It just didn't seem like they were. Just didn't seem like they were.
I told you before.
Wide open. I mean, like
they
really.
They were the 7th place team.
You could just tell. It's
they had a street ball's chance to win in this tournament, and they didn't. They didn't show up with the street ball team.
Yeah, I guess
that's what they have. The next series. Think about if we just all predicted 3 or maybe even 4. If Middleton, if Giannis sprains an ankle,
it's over.
That's
I mean,
over.
Think about it. Or
It's
just
over.
anything. He gets in foul trouble. I mean,
It's
all these could be 4-1 in the second round.
I have a hard time. I just think it's kind of hard to go against Giannis. There's so many things Giannis can do.
He can't shoot free throws or 3-pointers, but other than that, he's pretty
He can
decent.
assist. He can make it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to play him. You absolutely can't back off him about like Durant. We have to play him.
Well, what Giannis does and is get to the free throw line, and he takes it to the rack. He does what he does. He plays a little bit like LeBron, where he takes it to the rack. And what's bad about it is both of these guys take it to the rack and get to the free throw line, but neither one of them can shoot free throws. Just think if either one of them could shoot 72 and 68%, Terry. That's not good.
No, not for as many times as you get in there. It's about like O'Neal. Well, that's why
he was 60 and 58.
Yeah.
I think I counted up his missed free throws one time. If he shot the average of like David Robinson, that he would have been he would be second on the all-time leading scorer. I think just on free throws,
3,000 or 4,000 more points.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. I think Michael has like 10,000 more points in free throws than Shaq does.
There you go.
6'6".
Yeah.
That's how bad that was. All right, any finals predictions, guys, right now?
Boston, Golden State.
I think I like after watching Boston. I like Boston.
I do too.
After watching them, of course, I've got to watch it. I haven't had a chance to watch as much as, but after I watched Boston twice in that series, and I really like Tatum, and I really like the way the team plays. I mean, they get after it. I think they're hungry. I think they want it.
I hope so. I mean, I would like to pick up number 18.
Yeah,
but I still got Milwaukee and Golden State.
Well,
that's what I originally picked.
I don't know what I have right now. Probably right now the favorites have to be Boston and Golden State right now. But this is one of those this is one of those Super Bowl years where I don't know if I like any of these teams left.
You don't like it.
I like Dallas. Yeah. I like Dallas.
Miami's good. Miami's got a lot of scores on that team and plays defense too.
They went blow though.
Yeah. Pat Riley's is
and they got
Jimmy
one of them
Butler.
players. Now here's the difference. They got one of them players, Butler. If you tell him to play, Butler will come and play.
Only if you tell him.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that not the difference? Because the game that he scored
Jimmy,
45,
we need you to play today.
They told him.
Okay, coach.
The team told him. Butler, go do your thing. He goes out and scores 45.
So he didn't know he was supposed to play basketball.
That's what I'm saying. He's weird.
All right, we went way over time, but we still got to finish up NASCAR for the folks here on the radio and get this week's schedule out. Today, Practice Cup Series at 10:30 and 11:15. Xfinity Series tonight. This afternoon on KTC Broadcasting, the A-Game 200 from Dover, Delaware. 1:30 p.m. Xfinity today. Tomorrow, Cup Racing, 3 p.m. Duramax Dryden 400. Dover, Delaware, and I'm going to pull up the lineup right now in just a second. Terry, any thoughts and more from Dover right now?
Well,
the Monster Mile. They got the coolest trophy, I think, and the track. I like the Monster.
I don't know if I have to pick. Say, here's again. I'm going to go out and pick Kevin Harvick. on this one.
Where did my qualifying go? I was trying to pull that up. Qualifying has to be. They already done it, haven't they? Oh, here's the order. Dover to 101, qualifying and more. Or did we miss that? That button that I clicked, folks, said qualifying. Well, maybe not then. Qualifying order? I guess I don't know what that is. Well, it did.
That's qualifying last night for the Xfinity.
Okay. Well, where's the NASCAR qualifying?
I don't know.
NASCAR qualifying Dover. It shouldn't be hard. 48 minutes ago. I'm sorry for the folks on the radio. This sucks for you, but 3 p.m. tomorrow, Fox Sport. Qualifying the race is 11:15 Eastern. Is that tomorrow too? It don't say Saturday. I'm reading it. Will they qualify in the morning?
They might.
Would be, yeah. They
Okay.
would be. They could do that today.
All right, so they'll qualify. It looks like in the morning before the races. All right, I don't know who to pick right now without looking at qualifying in Dover. So, go Eric Jones, Zach.
Hey, he did well last week. Would have stayed straight, he might have won it.
Had a chance. Tom,
Chase.
I'm gonna go with Truex this week.
All right, we'll be back next week. All right, on JP Sports Talk. Everybody, just
yeah. We love JP.
We love JP. Kenny Chesney winner. JP, who's our winner?
Our winner was a Roger Hester.
Roger Hester wins Kenny Chesney concert tickets. Congratulations, Roger. We'll see you next week. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Lighten up the phone on Kenny. It was like it was.
Incredible man, I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like